Hello, and welcome to Drachmae and Demigods. I am Sammy Ferber, and I'll be your host for the evening. Thank you for joining us for our third episode of the Links of Tartarus campaign. We're glad you can make it. We're glad to be back. Just a couple announcements before we get started on the episode. First of all, in case you missed it, we did have an episode of Threads of Fate this past Thursday. It was a short-form, 20-minute interview between me and our very own Ryujin, trying to get the audience up to speed with what the party and the audience knows from the beginning of the campaign related to his character. So if you missed it, the VOD is available now on our Twitch channel, or you can watch it on our YouTube channel right now as well. And the second episode of Threads of Fate will also air this Thursday at 7:30. So if you missed the first one, you can catch the second one. You can watch them in any order you want. They're all going to be short form. I'm hoping that they're like a half hour-ish each. So if you don't have the time for a full episode of this, I understand it. It makes sense. But those are real short form, bite-sized. So definitely come watch us 7:30 this Thursday. Also, we are super close on this channel to Twitch affiliate status. Basically, we will hit every achievement we need to hit by the end of the week, except for follower count. So we need, I think we're around 12 or something, more followers in order to get to that Twitch affiliate status. So if you're not subscribed, if you're not following, please consider following the Twitch channel. It's completely free, but it will help us unlock this next level of channel, which includes custom emotes with the Hands of Fate and these characters, as well as the ability to charge for subscription tiers and donation bits and all that kind of stuff, which is money that goes back into the cast's pocket. So we would super appreciate it. If you're watching right now and you don't actually have a Twitch account or anything like that, please make a Twitch account and subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's jump into the game. Let's get some music running here. So, previously on Drachmae and Demigods, the Hands of Fate, in the aftermath of Aruxal's attack on Delphi, continued your efforts to help the city however you could. You wound up at the local orphanage that was currently also serving as a food kitchen, and you managed to quickly handle an altercation out front by the street. You then spent a good chunk of time with the orphans there, telling them stories, entertaining them. You also visited Odella the Wise, finding her extremely overwhelmed with all the responsibilities of the city on her shoulders. And when you offered to help, she mentioned that she could use you guys to help decide the fate of a werewolf they currently had in custody, who was seeking asylum in the city after being accused of a murder he claims he did not commit. Some of you then went to the defense center to meet this werewolf and learned that his name was Tyron. He was a farmer's son from Andola's stand, and he had been chased out of town after a werewolf seemingly murdered the coin master, one of the highest-ranking officials of the local government. The murder resulted in a manhunt for the secret werewolf, or a wolf manhunt, if you will, and ended up being Tyron's own mother who eventually turned him in to the governor. But Tyron ran, he came to Delphi, and is now asking for help. You all decided to take the case, but wanted to do some prep work beforehand. So you got some silvered weapons made, just to be ready in case you had to fight a werewolf. And you also started spreading the word that you were potentially looking to hire some people to look after your home when you went off adventuring. At the end of the day, Adagio and Anura went into the cellar of your home and opened the icebox that Adagio had shoved the blood glass cube into. And the Link of Mnemosyne seemed to form an interesting connection with Anura, even telling them that, although they're not a demigod, Anura does have traces of divine blood inside their veins. Uncomfortable with this connection, Anura ran from the house and decided to sleep instead at the Temple of Artemis. So, as we come in this following morning, Anura, you wake up in the Temple of Artemis. Adagio, you wake up in the orphanage that you decided to sleep in that night. And the rest of you wake up in what used to be Phaeton's home in Delphi. So, let's start with Anura. Anura, you wake up under the tree in the center of the Temple of Artemis. Is there anything you'd like to do when you first wake up?
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and before I leave, meditate again for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna just like talk to the priestess and not really tell her what happened, but like try and get some advice.
Okay, well, she is there lighting some candles to begin the day. Whatever you'd like to say to her.
Um, I don't even know where to start. Is there any way I can like ask her about if like knowing how someone has divine blood, does that make sense? I don't know how to word it.
Feel free to ask.
Um, okay. Is there any way to tell if someone has divine blood in their veins, like an easy way to tell?
Easy way, I'm not sure I would know. There might be some powerful magics that could do so, but I'm unfamiliar with them, if it's true. Um, Usually it's quite easy if someone has the brand of a god on their person somewhere, then they certainly have divine blood. Why do you ask?
Just some information came to light recently. Have you ever heard of anyone not having a radiant brand and having like traces of divine blood?
Certainly, I mean, there are stories of people that have been touched by celestials. There are many gods in our pantheon, not all are capable of creating demigod children. But that divinity is usually quite easy and to discover. There's usually some sort of celestial power innate in those people. In fact, there are some that even are naturally born with wings, that sort of thing.
Okay, what kind of innate power is it usually, if it has to do with like Artemis, maybe?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if there's a standard or anything like that, but certainly it's rare, whatever it is. I only know stories. Um, I know that it's said that there are uh, celestial touched mortals that guard the gateway to Olympus up on top of Mount Olympus itself. But I couldn't tell you anything about particular signs of celestial life.
Okay, I'm going to thank her and then leave to go back to Phaeton's.
Of course. Adagio, you wake up in the orphanage. You wake up and like all these orphans are just sort of like looking at you, like, is he gonna wake up? What are you gonna do?
Um, I'm gonna get up and greet the little children, like rustling their hair and everything. I think I'll definitely help them. I'll like brush their hairs and like get them dressed for breakfast, and then like wave them goodbye as I head out.
Okay. And again, Cassandra is like super helpful or super thankful for your help through all of this. She seems, I mean, she's not the only person working this orphanage, but it is short staffed to say the least. But
No.
you help in the familiar older brother sense that you're so used to before making your way back to the house. Ilme,
I don't know.
Alexios, Ryujin. Oh, sorry, Adagio.
I didn't want to head back to the house. I wanted to head to the Wild Boar temple.
Oh, sure. So you enter the Wild Boar Temple. Are you looking for anything in particular?
The priestess in charge.
Sure. So I'll say because of the time you spend with the children, you come and the temple is fairly empty, but you do see the head priestess in this natural um, temple to Artemis. And she, yes, can I help you?
Um, have you ever spent time within Artemis's sacred forest?
Oh, certainly. I'm not. Haven't spent much time there, but of course it's so close to the goddess. It would be a fool if I didn't at least dip my toes in.
Yeah. Um,
In
so
fact,
I
these
had
trees that you see here are planted from seeds from the forest.
that is actually really cool. I'm gonna look around and be like, I knew this place felt familiar. I grew up in Guildmore, on the other side
Oh,
of the
so
forest.
not far.
Not far. But as a child, I had an experience within the forest, and a friend of mine, and recent events have unlocked a memory within me, and I'm trying to find out a little more about it. And I was hoping maybe you could help me.
Well, there are certainly many dangerous wild creatures in the forest. That's part of what makes it so exciting for the huntress goddess. Uh, but what in particular are you asking about?
Um, okay, so in the memory, I was in the forest with my friend Reed, and this like fog rolled in and engulfed us, and he was being called upon by this tree, and all of a sudden we were being surrounded by these like wood women. They were almost like they were part of the forest, and they took him with them, but they wouldn't take me. And then the next thing I knew, I was forced out of the forest, and then the memory was wiped from me.
I see. Well, I cannot say anything with a guarantee, but certainly it sounds from your description like you were dealing with nymphs. They are essentially minor spirits that inhabit trees and other natural places and that sort of thing. I can't say what organized them or what their purposes were, but it's not entirely uncommon to encounter nymphs so deep in such a mystical forest.
You know what would have happened to him if he had been taken by the nymphs?
I don't. Nymphs range from benevolent to mischievous, but it does strike me as odd that they would take one of you and not both. If anything, if they were doing something nefarious, it seems odd they would be picky with their prey. But it could be. I would not dare to make myself sound like an expert on the realms of gods and spirits.
You wouldn't know anyone who was like, I don't know, more information, more of an expert than you.
Well, available to you, probably not. The only experts in the Forest of Artemis are the Sisters of the Moon. But as
I know those guys.
do you? Well,
I helped save one of their lives.
that is interesting. That fact, along with your blood association with the goddess, might allow you passage, but as I'm sure you're aware, they don't take kindly to men across their borders.
No problem. I'll just try a message of sending later, but I appreciate your help.
Of course.
And then I'll head back to Phaeton's house.
All right. So, the three of you, Ryujin, Alexios, Ilme, you all wake up in Phaeton's house. What would you guys like to do?
I probably would have cooked again, waited for Aster.
Yes, Aster.
What's his name?
So,
Yeah, see if he popped
funny
up.
you mention it. So, you do cook up a beautiful breakfast for Ilme and for Ryujin, and you have 2 extra plates when you realize that Adagio and Anora are not there with you. But it doesn't take too long for a knock on the door for Anura to appear. And as you open the door to let them in, you do see there's a small crowd of people around your front door. Aster is among them, along with Jaman, his grandson. And also, there are some other faces that you see, some familiar and some not. The first thing you see is several of the students of Odella that you fought alongside in the Battle of Delphi, and also fought against in your little capture the flag before you entered the gauntlet. You see Amber, the dwarf in heavy armor, with a shield with the glorious symbol of Apollo on it. You see Perrin, the halfling with the beautiful longbow strapped across his shoulder blade. And you also see Keth, the very thin Goliath mage who you saw in the Capture the Flag game, wearing what looks like a wig with dreadlocks on it. But those aren't the only people you see. You do see some other unfamiliar faces as well, but you see some familiar faces that you didn't expect to see. You see Sofan and Matthias, 2 students of Kenai. Matthias, the seemingly partially blind half-elf with the long blonde hair, and Sofan, the dark-skinned, dreadlocked, seeming human woman in clothes that seem similar to Odella's. And they're all just sort of like waiting there along with the old man and his grandson and these unfamiliar faces as well.
Did we all see this?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys came down for breakfast, I'll say yes, you saw it.
Okay.
What do you all want?
You see a dwarven man in the back. We heard you were hiring.
This wasn't an open invitation. I talked to like all of 3 people.
And you see Perrin step forward and be like, "Look, there's not much for us to do now that the Oracle's dead. So if you've got the gold, we can fight. We can do some cool tricks."
So I really wanted to talk to you. Keth would be a help.
Right, yeah.
We talked to Aster and...
No, yeah, sorry. Cat sort of speaks up. And for someone who's as tall as a Goliath, he's very timid and very thin. He's like, yeah, do you want my services?
You are a mage, correct?
Yeah, I do magic. I specialize in protection and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. So you can stand over there. I just point to a direction away from everybody else.
So in general, just to sort of let you know what you've got at your hands here, you've got 4 people who are here as potential unskilled workers, so servants, maids, butlers, that sort of thing. You've got Keth, who seems to be the only like proper mage here, and then just the familiar faces, Amber, Perrin, Matthias, Sofan, Aster, and Jaman. That is 6 people that you could potentially hire as skilled fighters or guardsmen or that sort of thing, some of which have some arcane ability as well. And you also have 2 potential cooks waiting for you, and you do see a dwarvish man in the back. The man who spoke up first introduces himself as Herald. Yeah, I heard you were looking for a carpenter.
Score!
Well, look, I don't know about these people. I can't
Yes.
just work for you, but if you have a job for me, I can do it. I could do it a task.
That would be favorable. You can stand over there with Kath.
As it's around this time, Adagio, that you also enter and you see this weird job fair happening at your front door.
I'm
Can
trying
I
to
pull aside every? Oh, you go.
No, we could all pull aside. We could all pull aside. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's just like I'm just gonna
Group
like
huddle.
shout out, be like, "Give us a moment, please," and then just kind of go off to this. I go inside, close the door gently so it doesn't seem like I'm slamming in people's faces, and be
then
like,
And then
I'm
run
gonna
away.
be like,
"What are we doing?"
They should fight for the positions.
Gladiator battles for whoever
Break the
works
pool
for us.
stick in
I've-
half. I got one spot.
We're gonna have tryouts.
Nah,
Draw
I mean, it shouldn't be
straws.
too long. I guess it depends on what we actually want. We don't really need to cook at the place if Alexius is always cooking.
I'd like a day off.
I can
sometimes.
cook
Like,
every
it's
now and
probably
again
cook.
too. The
Occasionally.
rest
Like,
of us are
between the rest of us, we
capable
can do
human
it.
beings.
So,
Are we?
are
I'm
we
the one
thinking
who's not
maybe
human.
like a cook, hiring a carpenter for jobs, and maybe like 2 others or 3 others? What are you guys thinking?
Def-
The carpenter's temporary. I don't know how many like
Probably like
guards
2 or
you
3.
want.
Sounds nice.
I just know that Perrin's really good
Okay,
with a bow.
So Keth,
He shot the shit out of
Keth
me.
most likely for because they're mage. You recommend Perrin.
That old man was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, we need.
And I
Cass
will say,
use
guys,
protection.
just so you
Oh, the
know
old man's
generally
cheap
how
labor.
this works, for unskilled labor, so that's just your basic maids and servants, that kind of thing, they would generally be paid about $1 a day. Whereas skilled labor, so those are your fighters, students of Kenai, students of Odella, that sort of thing, could be paid significantly more than that. For these people that you have, probably around 5 or 6 gold a day, with a little less for the grandfather and his son, or his grandson. And for a mage specifically, like Keth, it could be around 5 gold a day, but that price goes up significantly if you want him to be like casting certain spells every day. And that price will go up depending on how difficult the spell is, that sort of thing.
I say we grab the people that we know we want, have everyone else wait, and then see how much it would cost us for each person, like interview them a little, and then just let the rest of the people know, hey, sorry, but spots have been filled. We have blatant favoritism here.
Yeah. So, do we know who we want exactly besides
I want to talk to
Cass?
Kenai's 2 students, but not to hire them, just to get information.
Yeah, that was another question. Are we gonna trust anybody, or are we gonna trust anybody
Well, like, as
associated
far
with
as
him?
we don't know anything, though. The only person who has any reason to distrust in game is Ilme, because
Or whoever was with Ilme when
Where-
Ilme sent the message that she was going to kill him.
I think I was standing
That's
right
true.
in front of.
I think
Weren't we
I
all?
think everybody
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
was everybody there for that?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
wasn't
everybody
sure.
was.
We
Just
were there.
no one thought to just like ask the question. They were just like, all right, Ilme is clearly doing something right now.
I'm not gonna ask her anything.
Alright, then. I wasn't
I-
sure, so I want to make sure.
I
Yeah,
would say that the students of Kenai would be probably okay. I don't think they're high up enough in his level of trust for him to actually, for them to know anything of what he does behind the scene.
I just want the general, like.
So I would be okay with hiring people from Kenai. Just I don't like Kenai himself and whoever his close advisors are.
Who are his close advisors? Like,
I like Matthias.
Honora does not care, so Honora's just going to grab their food and leave.
I personally don't think we should. If anyone has an issue with Kenai, then we probably shouldn't hire the students. 'Cause, I mean, I feel like, we're I don't know. I feel like they could get information from him, where Kenai could pretty easily. I don't know. Not that we would like tell them everything we're doing, but I mean, if they're like under our, employ, and they're gonna be here often.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be watching over the link too, so if we can't trust them, I mean, I wouldn't want them
That's a good
around.
point. That's
Yeah.
a really good point.
because they're gonna be leaving them in the house with the link. So it's like, don't go in the basement,
I am going to say that I'm so sorry. That Honora probably would not let the link stay in the house.
I
I
probably
don't
would have bring the link
suggest-
with me.
I don't suggest we leave the link with somebody though. Like do we really trust anybody outside of us with that link?
Odella, I can give it to Odella.
I don't
I'm
even
not-
want to. Adella's got enough to deal with right now.
Odella
Adella's got the
can-
whole city asking for help right
All
now.
she has to do is carry a fishbowl with her everywhere she goes. It's all gonna be fine.
How much does it weigh?
The link itself doesn't weigh much. The blood glass cube probably weighs like 5 pounds. It's nothing crazy.
Okay, well, I volunteer to carry it with us if we have to.
The thing is,
But
I
I
don't
don't
want to
think we
be
should leave it
attacked
with.
by this Titan anymore. Like, this Titan has attacked me, my father, and Phaeton simultaneously in a dream state. So I don't want that happening again.
But that's when you were directly associated with the link.
We had to travel together for a whole day and then sleep in a town away from our own home. Are you gonna get your own tavern somewhere apart from the rest of the group?
Just don't stay in the same freaking room.
You don't know how strong Nemosini is.
I still don't think we should leave the link with somebody. We put our trust in people before, and we definitely got bit in the ass because of it. So, I don't think we need to worry about someone watching over the link. But that's all I have to say.
Is this Honora saying these
We
things?
should leave.
Yes,
That
this
would
is
be
Honora saying these
link
things.
the
Adagio is going to
first
be
day.
very suspicious as to why you've grown close to this link.
Who said I was
Weird.
close to the link?
Pretty sus. Might have to vote you out, Metron.
No bros for you.
So what are you guys doing?
Okay, so
Let's
are
interview
we
these
gonna
people.
hire anybody from Kenai or not?
I still want to talk to them though. Like, even if we're not hiring them, like, at least bring them in so we can be like, what's Kenai been up to? What's up with that group, Eyes of Gaia, if I'm remembering that right?
Do you know about the Azagaya?
Yeah, you mentioned it once.
I think I mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
I mentioned it, saying
Someone mentioned it once.
Yeah.
I wrote it down in my conspiracy notes.
it was me. Yeah.
like, what's up with
okay,
that?
so out of the people out there, who do we want to interview though? I don't want to interview every single one. That's a lot of people.
Oh no.
I say
Keth for sure.
I say-
Karen.
I wanna.
Yeah, Odella's students, Phaeton's, oh, damn. Christ. Kenai's students, the grandpa, grandson, and the carpenter are like the 4 groups, I guess. I don't think there's anyone else.
Do we want to do this in like pairs?
And they're basically broken off into pairs. We may as well.
Group interviews.
Listen, only one of you gets the
I am not
spot.
sticking around for that.
Grandfather, grandson.
Let's just batter
Okay.
them with questions and see who
Throw
breaks
a fork
first.
on the ground. Last one standing wins.
Okay, so let's bring in Kenai students first. There's 2 of them, right?
There
Kef
are.
And
No, Matthias and Sofan.
never mind. I thought
Oh.
Kef was Kenai student.
How long does Zone of Truth last?
That's a good question. Let me check.
I think I have it prepared.
It lasts 10 minutes.
It lasts 10 minutes,
No.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well,
We could always have,
Okay.
does that Goliath know it?
You
Do
can,
you Zone of
do you want to just ask him? Does anyone know Zone of Truth?
Anyone out here know the Zone of Truth spell?
Are you asking?
Yes, I'm gonna poke my head out and be
For
like,
what?
can any of you properly cast Zone of Truth?
Amber, the dwarf paladin student of Adela goes, yeah, I can.
Here's 2 gold. Come cast that for us.
Alright, where am I casting it?
Twice.
Alright, so you're gonna cast it in this, like, what was that side room we had? The council room. The council.
Sure. So who you
Just
bring in the
cast it
council
in.
room?
So it'll be me, Ilme, Ryu, Alexios, since Nora wants to go off. This paladin. We'll have the paladin cast it again every time 2 sets of people come in.
She goes, alright, I can cast it twice.
Is she in?
Okay, heard. So you can. Okay. The interviews will be. Wow. Okay, we could group them off. It could be like 4 and 4, and then it doesn't have to be a long interview. We're just asking like 3 or 4 questions about the people.
Alright.
Okay, so who do you want first?
We could do the grandfather, grandson, and then Odella's students.
Okay, so that's Astro. Go ahead.
Oh wait, I thought
ahead.
we were doing. Oh, sorry. Thought we were doing who was it? Kenai's people first.
Oh, whichever
Afterwards.
one.
They should be separate
is-
though. I mean, like just like.
We'll
I mean,
do
other
them
than
later.
them, them
What?
is the carpenter, and we're already hiring the carpenter because he's the only carpenter.
He's just knocking down walls. He's good.
So it'll be these 2, the grandfather, grandson, Odella students, and then we have Kenai's 2 students and the carpenter. But the carpenter we're already hiring, so I guess it's just Kenai's students. So we'll do these 4 first, and then Kenai's 2 students.
Okay, so You go ahead. Amber goes ahead and casts the spell. So let me roll saves on everyone in the room. So first,
Can't they willingly succumb to like Zone of Truth? We'll trust your character a
they
lot
could.
more.
They could, but they're not going to.
They don't want to.
So
I'm gonna
first,
insight check all of them.
Let's do Perrin here. That's almost certainly not gonna work. Yeah. So Perrin enters and immediately like he feels something wash over him. He's like, "Oh, right. I'm very embarrassed to be here." And he's just like, "Oh shit." All right. That's Perrin. Now, Keth. Okay. Keth walks in. He's like, right, are we gonna do this? So. Okay. And then the grandson. If the grandson didn't have a negative modifier, the grandson walks in and goes, "Oh, wow. This place is nicer than your place, Grandpa." And then Grandpa walks in and goes, "Fuck yeah, it is." Okay. So, you have the four of them in there. What would you like to ask them?
What experiences
Are any of you thieves?
What's the question?
I'm gonna go with that one. Are any of you thieves? Sure.
They sort of look at each other, and the grandson goes, "I mean, I've taken some food to survive a couple times, but I'm not like a thief."
That's okay. I trust you. You're cool.
What are your intentions?
I want to learn from my grandfather, to be a warrior like him, and I just want to make my name in the world, you know. The grandfather's like,
Have you started
"Go ahead."
any form of training with your grandfather?
Yeah, I can. And he pulls out his long sword. He's like, I can wield this. Like, I'm pretty good with this.
I like this guy.
He screamed like a bitch in a fight.
I'm not the greatest fighter, but I'm learning, and you know, that's one of my, if I really want to get into it, that's probably my biggest flaw, is that I'm not as brave as my grandfather, but I'm really trying to be braver, and I think maybe something like this could help me, break through that ceiling.
Oh, like one single tear. I'm gonna look.
Did anybody else say they were a thief?
Everyone sort of looks, and you hear Kev's like, "I'm not a thief," and Perrin's like, "No, I don't thieve," and the grandfather's like, "Not in a long time."
Can I wanna like how tall is the grandson compared to everyone else, like us, for example?
I mean, he's like a teenager, so he's maybe 5'6"
I'm asked Ryujin to give him his trident. Can you wield this? What is your strength modifier?
Do you give it to him, Regent?
I'll take out my. You know what? No, this kid has a long sword. He's fine. I just want to look at him. I want to make eye contact with the kid and say, listen, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. So, as long as you're actively working towards, being courageous and bettering yourself, then more power to you. Proud of you. Just don't die.
I'll be honest, some of that went over my head, but I like the sentiment.
I'm gonna turn to Perrin and be like, when you walked in this room, you said you were embarrassed to be here. Why was that?
Well, I believe that I was destined to have my audience with the Oracle, and now it seems that's not in the cards for me. So here I am, asking to do menial labor, menial guards work, when I could be a hero of all time.
Yeah, I don't want him. I'm not gonna say that out loud. I'm not gonna say that out loud. I'm gonna turn to Ryujin. Or whoever's closest will be like, yeah, you can strike him out of the list.
I just I like take out a piece of paper or
I
parchment.
like
and I just
him.
big check.
Oh my god. And then Keth is also there, so I guess it's Keth.
I want to ask Keth, can you do any like arcane lock or something that could keep people out?
Yes, I do specialize.
Oh,
I specialize in abjuration magic, but it just depends on what I prepare that day. Currently, I don't have anything like that, but I do have some other sort of battle-ready things. If you want me to show off my battle skills, but
Did
yes,
we fight?
You did fight Keth, yeah. In the Capture the Flag game, he was the one that cast the fog cloud that
He was
allowed
the
their
fog guy.
master strategy to happen. But he's also you do know he's not strong. For a Goliath, he is very, very thin. You also know, Goliaths tend not to be the most magic-oriented people. So there's a specific reason he went into magic. So he's sort of, he's thin, he's frail, but his magic is as powerful as any magic.
cool. This is coming from a person that doesn't know magic, so obviously I probably didn't say something right.
No, you were fine. I'm still learning as well, but I can do some fair, powerful magic, and if this is some sort of position for protecting the home or whatever from bandits or whatever, I do know counterspell, which would be good for protecting you against other sort of magic uses, right?
In general.
And I also I can
Indeed.
send messages far away. So if you need to check back in about your home, I can do that.
I appreciate this,
okay.
man.
This is like kind of out of the blue. Just question, because the voice that you're using right now reminds me of a character. Has anyone watched Peaky Blinders?
Love Peaky Blinders.
Okay, the voice you're using right now reminds me of Alfie.
Love it.
That's good. All right, that's all.
Peaky fucking Blinders. Carry on.
How much would you guys consider as a good pay?
Expected wait.
What is your expected incoming?
Perrin goes, well, it depends if we're just merely keeping the house safe or if we're actively fighting people who want to get in here. I'd say double for any days where we need to actually fight people. But
I need a severed head. If you did,
Sure.
I'd need proof.
I'd
Proof of
say
contact.
5 gold a day for me.
You want an extra pay for
I
doing
just,
your job.
if I'm risking my life, I
He's not
deserve to be
wrong,
paid
though.
extra for that.
He's just arrogant and pompous.
That's part of the job, though.
I turn around
I
and
already
just
said X on him. I already said no to him.
You don't understand what I can do for you, right? Stuff that no one else can do.
Like?
Well, let's say that the house is attacked by people from another plane, right? People from the underworld, or people from, the swamp plane, or whatever it is, right? I can shoot a special arrow and send them back to where they came from.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
Where'd you get those arrows?
Oh, it's a
So,
special.
like, is this, like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
It's
is
a
that like
special
thing
form
you
of archery
learned?
that they teach in elven societies. Very rare, I might add. But yeah, I can do some cool shit with my arrows.
Okay, next person. Keth, what about you?
We'll consider it.
That sounds good.
I'd say 5 gold a day is perfect for my sort of services. But if you are needing me to do like a daily sending to sort of give you a daily report, that might be a bit extra, as that is one of my most powerful spells. But in general, 5 gold is more than enough.
Do you know Zone of Truth or no?
No, I do think Amber does. Oh, hello, Amber. It's like, right,
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's I don't know if his sort of magic can do it.
Maybe like that. Grandson and grandpa.
The grandfather's like, well, yeah, I'm not as fancy as these folks. 3 gold a day is more than enough for me. I'm skilled, but I'm not. He sort of like looks over at Perry. He's like, I'm not fancy. But 3 gold would be fine. But I will say that I would prefer, if you were to hire me, to also hire my grandson as well, so I can continue his training.
So would it be 3 gold for both of you?
Your grandson's kind of a
3
coward.
gold each?
Maybe 3 gold for me, a gold for him, and if he becomes a bit more powerful in his training, maybe we can increase his price a bit.
I can agree to that.
Okay.
I have one condition for that.
Yeah.
Train him rigorously.
Wait,
Make
what are
him
they?
Strong.
They're
Are they
humans.
just like fighters, or are they like?
Yeah,
That's
Astor
the
is
opportunity.
he's not technically a fighter. He's technically, if we're getting meta here, he's technically a veteran. But it's basically he's a retired fighter. But yes, Jaman, his grandson, is currently training to be a fighter. Right now, he's a level 1 fighter.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Can I turn to Amber? She is not part of the Zone of Truth, though, right? Because
She's not, but if you ask her, she could step into it.
Okay, yeah. What are your strengths, Amber?
Well, I am a follower of Apollo, and I get my magic from him. But I'm also really good with my weapons, so I could do a bunch of really cool stuff, divine sort of attacks. I'm also really good with some healing and some attacking, and using my power from Apollo to make my attacks even stronger. I'm also really good against sort of unholy creatures. I can get them out of here real fast, including if you're up against any undead. I'm good with those as well.
Okay. And if we hired you, what would you expect as your pay?
Well, considering that I can fight and I can do magic, maybe 5 gold a day. But if you want me to continue doing this Zone of Truth thing in the same spot, or try to make it a bit more permanent, that would definitely be extra, because that is a powerful spell. I can only do it twice a day.
Okay. Is that a thing that can, if you cast it enough, can it become a permanent thing here?
Well, if I cast it in the same spot for a year, yeah.
Okay. I don't have any other questions.
I don't have any other questions either. If you can all wait in our living room as we discuss.
Oh,
Sure.
wait. I just want to ask her what's her problem. I mean, like, is she actually friends with Perrin? Like, do they get along?
Amber looks at Perrin, looks at you guys, and just goes, so out there is where you want us, right?
I love her already.
Yeah, so...
Do you want me to stay here for
have them-
the next round to do another Zone of Truth?
We'll call you back in just a moment.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So they all
Right.
sort of
Wait.
leave into the next chamber, give you guys a bit of privacy for a moment.
Okay, so no
on
Perrin.
Perrin. No Perrin. Oh, thank goddess. No Perrin.
He is too stuck up for himself.
That banishing thing
I don't
sounds
care. I don't
cool.
like him.
I like the grandpa and grandson.
Yeah,
They're
it's
cute.
not-
They're... And I'd like Amber over Keith, but I guess if you guys want to Keith, you can have Keith.
Kath, not Keith. He's not a
Cass,
surfer.
oh my god, I'm sorry.
We need Cass. We
That
need
was
Cass.
great. I was just like, you're going Cat and just Keith.
Definitely need a drink.
We need Cass.
Okay, so
Uh,
that would be 14 gold a day for them
For who?
if we hired all of them except Perrin.
all four.
Yeah. I say we only probably need 3 people.
Yeah.
So if you really want Aster and whatever his grandson's name is,
Jamon.
then it'd probably there you go, Jamon. Then it's probably going to be between Amber and Keth on who we want.
I like that Amber girl. She's a follower of Apollo, and what are the
the only
pros
thing,
of Cat?
the message, so that
yeah.
if anything does happen, he can let us know immediately. That's the
That fog spell
Yeah.
as like a defense thing. I mean, he's basically
And also, you guys
house
would know,
security. Like,
as an
that's how we
abjuration
would get
wizard, he
tricky with
specializes in protection spells, guarding spells, that sort of thing. Anything that is blocking or diminishing or anything like that, that's what abjuration does.
Well, if we're paying Aster and his grandson collectively less than we're paying any other single person, I feel like we might be able to have one more.
mhm.
Was
Okay.
14 in total for all 4, which I mean, I guess
Yeah,
would
so
be
14 was for Keth, Amber,
Every day.
Aster, and Jamon.
and we'd pay that every day.
Correct.
I don't know how much gold y'all got.
Every or
but
yeah.
I guess
Just
we
double
pulled
check.
it in. We pay them like a month in advance.
Yeah,
and
you
then
can
we
pay like a
just
month
pay
at a
them
time.
We got every month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How much would that be? 14 times.
14
30?
times 30,
Are we going back?
420.
30?
420
I don't
gold a
got
month.
4. That's really funny.
420 is very funny. Yeah.
Woo!
Can we
I
get
have
blaze
like
it in chat?
110 gold. I can just give them all a gemstone. I have that gemstone where I have 600. No, wait, what am I looking at? I have a bag
We
of
have
money.
money.
Okay, you know what? You're right. Whatever. I'll just sell those later.
I will just remind you guys that you currently don't have anyone that you would be hiring to like take care of the house itself, as none of these people are going to be doing like dusting.
I mean, we
or
could
anything
just.
like that. But that's up to you.
Well, I mean, there's four people that wanted to be servants. I say we hire 2 of them, and that's an extra 2 gold a day, right?
Yeah, it's a gold each.
So we're at
Yeah, sure.
16 gold a day total. So that's 480 gold a month. Divided out by us 5 would mean we're paying 96 gold each unless we start our own party fund.
I can give 96 gold the first time, but unless we're
I
like,
can give 96 gold up front, but then we could just
Then,
Yeah.
so we have a month
set it
to.
aside between all of
To
Yeah,
make
them.
so we
another
have a month to
96.
start our party fund, right?
Now
If
you
we
guys,
all
who cares
pitch
about
in.
destiny and glory? You guys are now adventuring to pay for your lifestyle.
woo.
And then we still have to deal with the carpenter because we'll have to pay him too.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
I mean, that's only if you guys want like to tear down walls or anything. Yeah.
He's a one-time
I mean,
payment.
we're heading to Andola's stand. What if we just did that like afterwards or something?
Yeah,
And
If we pay him now,
but we
can
don't
have
even know
it
what
when
we're
we
doing
get
to the
back.
house. What if he has questions?
I
well,
know.
don't you want to build
Can we not
like
yada
a
yada
forge or
this?
whatever to build stuff with? Yeah, I mean, we could tell him to start on that.
Yeah, I need that.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
do
big-
we want
it's
to
a big
talk
project. It'd be
for
expensive.
one person?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely
Yeah.
not going to be done. If you guys are planning on doing this whole murder mystery before the party in 2 weeks, it's definitely not going to be ready in 2 weeks. An entire forge made by one person.
I'm just gonna get him started on it.
Can we ask him how much it is? Like, can we bring in the carpenter?
Sure, you bring in the
Yeah.
dwarven man.
Or just
Oy.
like, take him on a tour of the house? and like
Well,
tell them
these
what we want to do along the way.
these walls are pretty intact. Good foundation at least. What exactly would you like me to do?
So in these two back
Alexios?
bedroom, Alexios here has something he'd like to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, yeah, I'm gonna take one of my room. I want you to put an archway in this wall right here, so I can just walk through. And in here, I need a
All right.
forge.
Like a working forge,
Like
or like
coming
a
off the
more of like
balcony.
a artisanal sort of aesthetic thing.
I want to build things. in
Understood.
this
All right.
room.
That is a bit of a project. Archway, not that big of a deal. But the forge is, I'd say, for just the supplies I would need, and the manpower, that's a 100 gold project.
What would you need for a somewhat, well, not somewhat, basically a pool in the back? Like outside,
Are we talking above ground or underground?
underground.
Well, it's not as complicated as a forge. I'd say that's maybe 75 gold project, but I definitely can't do both at the same time.
Understood.
Ooh. So, you ever wanted to go to like the Isle of Ares? Like, they got good
Are you
builders
saying you'd
there.
pay me to go to the Isle of Ares?
No, I could put in a. No, I'm saying if ever you wanted to go, if you cut down this price, I can put in a good word
Make
for
a
you. I know
persuasion
some
check with
people.
disadvantage.
Persuasion. Oh.
He goes,
9.
right, I'm the best carpenter in this damn city, so I say what I get paid, and I get paid that amount.
I'm gonna need to see some proof.
Oh, that was you. I thought the best carpenter was a human.
Nope. It's make an
Do I
insight check.
believe him?
Can I insight check with
You
him?
about to get the good
Sure, you guys
price.
both make insight checks.
I'd like to say no, I'm the best car.
I'm Spartacus.
I got 16 total.
Okay.
No, I'm Spartacus.
Persuasion?
Insight.
That's a 20, dirty 20.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Insight is.
Okay,
It's a 19.
You certainly get the impression that
Plus
he
4.
believes himself to be the best carpenter in Delphi.
Nah, see, because the Black Hands told me it was a human.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Oh.
he doesn't take commissions like this, so I'm the best you'll get.
I'm gonna pull Alexia to the side and be
Zone
like,
of Truth is not up here.
It's not up, no.
but that sounds like a good price. That sounds like a really good price. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, 175 for a pool and a forge, and he's paying people to build it with him.
As a merchant, full price is like a really bad word. So I am contractually obligated to try and haggle any.
Yeah, I
and
mean, it
everything
does
that I
seem
can.
like, he may or may not be the best carpenter in Delphi, but he is certainly, like, a respected carpenter in Delphi. He seems to know what he's talking about, at least.
Aye. How about 80 gold and the rest upon completion?
Alright, that's a fair deal. And is that 80 gold for both projects, or just for the forge?
I look towards Ryujin, and I just say,
Alright, 80 gold for the forge, and then the additional 20 upon completion. That I can do.
And then, how much would you want as like a baseline for starting the pool?
Well, the reality is I can't even begin to start on the pool until the forge is
Until
done,
much
which will probably
after.
take me
That's
about
fine.
a month.
Okay. Would you start the pool almost immediately after you finish that forge?
I can, sure.
How long would the pool also take?
Not long, maybe 3 weeks.
What if we did the pool first, and I paid you more than Alexio is, because I'm not cheap. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my god.
I mean, you Alexios can hear this.
Alexio, I'm gonna get that pool before you get your forge.
So we're getting the pool?
I tried to. Oh shit! I subtracted the money.
You can always add that 80 back.
See, I have something that I was gonna specifically add for the pool. I was gonna have an underwater little shrine to Poseidon, you know?
Okay, that's too much. I say you build the forge first, and then we do the pool later.
It's like, oh, you want me to build a shrine in the pool?
Do you want this
We'll have
80
a
gold or
priest
not?
do that. You could do the pool itself, and then we'll just add.
I mean, I can
the
make a
shrine before we
little
add the water.
altar area
Altar.
in the pool, certainly, but it complicates it a bit. It's not terribly different, but something important to note.
How difficult would it salt water or freshwater pool? What does everyone think?
I mean,
You're a saltwater person, or
I think you'd want salt water.
All right. Saltwater it is.
I'm sorry, you want me to put salt water in it? That's gonna be a bit more expensive. I have to go find salt water.
that's okay. We'll get the saltwater ourselves. We'll cry into the pool.
Agreed.
I'll say with the additional complication and with needing to buy salt water, I'd say that brings you up to around the same price as the forge, about 100 gold for the project.
Well, I'm sure we can figure something out. Being salt water is a staple thing for Poseidon. I'm sure.
Would it be
work something out.
completely horrible if we stole salt water from Poseidon's temple?
It certainly wouldn't be great.
But this is the child of Poseidon here. He just wants to feel at home. in
You're
his
right,
home.
and gods never turn against their children.
Never. Why?
Never.
You created me. Why would you ever do that?
Alright, how about this?
I give you a head of Medusa, and you do the project for free.
No, absolutely not. I will. Well, I can't help. I will. Okay.
We can hire a separate carpenter to do the pool while he works on the forge.
It's true.
Can I?
If you step on my forge, I will make your weapons out of the cheapest pig metal and hope they break at just the wrong time.
Nice.
Can we say since we went upstairs and Nora's with us?
Sure.
Just like laughing in the background.
Definitely just laughing in the background this whole time, just going
I
with
just
it.
want to give them my gold. Just
Look,
take it, guy.
Okay,
Just
we're
tell me
gonna
what you
wrap
want me
up
to do.
this whole-
He's the one that's handed me money,
Just
so
start on the
I think I'm
forge.
going to start on the forge first.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
We agree with that. And if you know any other carpenters who aren't
Thank
busy
you.
and would be able to build the pool, send them our way.
Honestly, it works well this
but
way
go.
because it's going to take some time to get that much salt water delivered. So I'll put the word out. I'll start getting that delivery in order, and it'll probably arrive around the time we can use it.
Okay, cool. Let's all head downstairs and interview Kenai's students.
Okay, so you bring in Matthias and Sophon. Do you bring Amber back in to cast
And
another Zone of
Amber.
Truth? All right.
Yes.
Let's see what we got here.
Come on, Amber. I believe in you.
Okay. Wow. Okay, they both fucked up. Okay, so Matthias and Sophon both walk into the Zone of Truth, and they are immediately like, okay. What would you like to ask?
So why'd you guys come here today?
They sort of look at each other, and Sophon's like, we wanted to work here.
Why?
sort of looks at Matthias. Doesn't say anything.
Oh no, I don't like him.
Can I want to point my trident at them and just like lift up the eye patch, good old eye patch, try and intimidate him and tell us why, and just repeat myself and like just louder, sounding more aggressive, just say why again.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Oh, nice.
Bad cop.
Okay. Where's it? 17.
17. They again just look at each other. You can see some like sweat on Sofan's brow, and she just looks at you and remains quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna put my hand on Ryujin's trident and be like, enough of that. I'm sorry, you guys. You are guests in our home.
Can I snap Kai into existence on one of their shoulders?
Hello! Oh! Gods!
I love that. I'm gonna assume I went back down there with them this time.
Sure.
So I'm gonna pick up the dagger of marking.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and start flipping the dagger. And I am going to change my eyes so where they glow red and say, so do you want to tell us why you're here today?
Again, Sofan looks at all of you, looks at Matthias, and just goes, look, clearly this isn't a good fit. Can we just go, please?
I want to use Charm Person on Matthias.
Okay.
Oh,
What is wrong with you?
What's the
We
save?
can't both play bad cop.
yes, we can.
Bad cop and bad cop. So that is.
It's a natural 19.
Wisdom. Yeah, that saves. Fuck. I want to use it again on Sofa.
Okay, go ahead. Mark off two spell slots.
I'll give you guidance on this one.
All right.
Give me guidance on this one.
No more spell slots for the day.
Cocked.
Why couldn't you just let me cast
That's
it?
a natural 18.
Son of a bitch!
Alright, well, I'm going to attempt to cast Charm Person.
On which one?
It doesn't matter.
Pew 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 pew.
Both.
Well, it does matter which one you're
But I'm
targeting.
I don't care. So
Switch
Matthias.
targets.
Yes.
Matthias?
Matthias.
Okay.
Yes, and then I'm gonna give myself guidance on it.
No,
No, that doesn't matter. Never mind. It's not a
yeah.
roll.
What kind of save is it?
So wisdom.
That's a 14.
He fails.
Okay. So, pew pew pew. The third one finally like hits Matthias, and immediately he's just like, "Oh, sorry for the deception, guys."
Why are you here?
Kenai sent us to keep an eye on you.
Why?
And Sophon's like, dude. He's like, what? I don't. Listen, they deserve to know.
I'm gonna. Can I go up beside Sophon, like sneak up on her while Matthias is talking?
You can
Is that possible?
try. I mean,
If she's distracted by
pretty,
Matthias?
it's a pretty open room, but I'll say make a stealth check with disadvantage.
Can
I just try and flank
attempt to
them and
help?
like stand in front of the door?
Sure, you guys can sort of like gather into battle positions.
Oh, I got a 14.
Okay. You're in a bright ass room. It's hard to like sneak up,
Yeah,
but her
I-
attention doesn't seem to be on you at least.
I just wanted to get up behind her.
Sure.
I just wanted to be up behind her and make sure that she doesn't like try and attack Matthias from speaking.
Okay.
That's all I wanted.
For sure.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Matthias and ask, does Kenai plan on taking the Dar's spot now that he's out of the way?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's his right. He's the most powerful wizard left in the city.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ask him what Kenai is afraid of. Or is it like one person who can ask him questions?
Anyone can ask him. I mean, he views Anura as his friend, so it might be
Oh, yeah.
wise for Anura to do it, but whatever.
What is there anything Kenai is afraid of at the very moment?
Uh,
Like, why is he
Why would he
spying
be
on us?
spying on us?
well, he's spying because you gave him a death threat. He sort of looks at Ilme.
Everyone turns to look at him like it's episode of The Office.
He just likes knowing, you know, where all the pieces are on his chessboard, you know?
Oh, so we're pieces in a chess game now to Kenai.
Well, I mean, you are a bunch of demigods, and he is interested in demigods, so yeah.
That's a sore spot. That's a sore spot, bud. Can you take me to talk to Kenai?
Oh, I don't think he'd like that very much.
He can get over it.
Okay, so this took a.
It's their job.
I'm
They might
going
be getting
to
hurt.
place my hand on them and use dispel magic. You guys are horrible.
You son of a bitch.
What the fuck, dude? This is the moment we're gonna get any information, and you just got rid of it?
What's
You
wrong with
cast,
you people?
You cast
Do you know how
dispel,
long it took us?
and Matthias just...
I'm
Hey,
storming
that
out of
was-
the room. I'm done.
That was not cool. Oh, he's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
kill
sorry
me.
about
It's
my
not cool to
friends.
send spies.
Listen,
It's not cool to send spies.
they're on
Huh.
something else. You guys can go. How about here's the front door. Just leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
Alright, you
You're
kick
the
him
one
out.
who wanted to know why they were here.
I mean,
The rest of us
sure.
were going to talk to him, but you were like, we need to know why they're here, so we were going
I'm
to
not
find
about
out.
forcing people to say things. Who knows what Kina's gonna do to them now?
Consent is key.
Yeah, I just want to shout after him. Try it again, and we'll
my
probably
God.
kill you.
So- Savannah
Okay,
goes,
well,
Not if we kill you first. See you there.
can I try and follow them?
Eldritch Blast.
Likewise.
Sure.
I
I
was.
want to. I want to follow him.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh, okay.
I'm going.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace first for both me and Ilme.
Okay. So you can both make your stealth checks plus 10.
I got a 38
Jesus.
with the plus 10.
Oh, God.
Ow, that hurt me.
You fade out of existence and reappear.
I got a 22 in total.
Okay, you guys, you stick to the shadows, you stick up against the walls of these buildings, and you feel fairly stealthed as they walk, and they're not being particularly stealthy with their walk, so you have a very easy way to track them through the city. You follow them, I'll say, I mean, Pass Without a Trace lasts for, what, 10 minutes?
I can check because I don't know. An hour.
Oh shit! Okay, great. So that is going to be enough to keep it up for the entire trip. You essentially follow them halfway across the city, and it doesn't take long for you to realize where they're heading. They do end up back at Kenai's Manor in the center of the Whispers. You do see they approach the front door and knock on the door, and you see some sort of magical something, some sort of magical barrier dispel for a moment as the door opens, and then it closes again. You see another shimmer of this arcane energy essentially reseal or something like that.
Okay.
Alright. Cool.
Can-
Well, I can't get in there. I've tried before, and it doesn't work.
I'm gonna go knock on the door and see if I can somehow talk to him because, like, I haven't sent him any death threats.
Okay, you go up to the door and you see it's a beautiful ebony wood door. It's a beautiful black carved door with what looks like 3 different locks on it. You knock on the door and you see what looks like a little eye hole open, look at you, and close again.
Can I just go, listen, I just have some questions. I found out some things, and it has to do with divine blood, so can I talk to Kenai, please?
No answer.
May not be as much as a demigod, but I still want to know. Oh crap, did Emily hear that? I didn't think about that.
No, I wasn't gonna follow you up to the door.
Yeah,
so I
there's some
wouldn't have
distance
heard it.
between you.
Okay.
It'll make it on the other side of the fence.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go up there. I didn't want to be near it.
Can I just like camp outside the door till he lets me talk to him?
You can say however long you want to be out there. The door does not open again.
Damn it. Okay. Whatever.
I'm gonna go ahead and hire some people.
Sure. So, Kef, Amber, Aster, Jaman, and
Finish
do you also want to
dinner.
hire some untrained labor as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So you have 4 options for untrained labor. You have a dwarven man, a half-elven woman, and 2 humans, 1 male and 1 seemingly gender neutral.
Are any of them together?
And then like,
Oh.
da, 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 da.
I'll say you can go ahead and make
We
an
have
insight check. It'll be a general insight check for the 4 of them.
Let's see. I got a good.
They got Zone of
It's only
Truth still
10
up, right?
minutes
Is that within 10
of
minutes?
y'all interrogating Kenai students.
Yeah, it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 16
yeah,
in total.
Did spell
Okay.
sling and whatnot. Oh, insight.
Keep
Hold
rolling
on.
tens.
Ben 10.
So
Jesus, okay.
21.
So you first of all, you get the sense that no one is like here to outwardly thieve from you or rob you in any way. You are the saviors of the city, and it seems like these people just want to like support you in that. It does seem like the dwarven man is a bit like here for the celebrity aspect of it, of like, oh my god, I get to work in Leonardo DiCaprio's house, like that sort of thing. But he doesn't seem like he's nefarious in any way. He's just a bit starstruck. The other 3, the human man, the human gender fluid person, and the female half elf, they all seem to be like fairly professional if untrained.
They have any? You guys got any experience?
Any specialties?
You get this. I mean, they all like take care of their own homes, but they do not regularly. They're good at cleaning and they're good at keeping a house clean, but they're not like the best maid in town, you know.
I'm gonna give them each a towel and ask them how they clean windows, and if they do this, you're good.
All right, I'm gonna do an ability check for each of them and see who rolls the best. So first, the half elf, a natural 18 on the half elf. Okay, the
Ooh, impressed.
the gender fluid human, it's a 12 for the gender fluid human, and then the human man is a 19. So it looks like, I mean, none of them are bad, but it looks like the human man and the half elven woman are like made for this.
You know what? I'm gonna go with those 2. They seem pretty cool.
Okay, so you hire Leah.
What's
Yeah, what are their
name?
names?
Leah is the half-elven woman, and Sophos is the human man.
How old is this human man?
So
He looks like he's probably late 30s, something like that.
Like a dad?
Yeah, like he could be a father or something like that.
Does anybody have kids?
no.
Like amongst us? Oh. Do you guys have your own homes? Because sometimes we like live in maids and butlers, but I mean, if you have your own home,
the
you
half-elven
go home
woman's
at the end
like,
of the night, that's cool.
I do have my own home, but I would be more than willing to move in here if there's space for me, and if you'd like that, I could, you know, it's just an apartment. It's not anything special.
Oh, if it's an apartment, then I mean, I'm not charging you to live here, so you can have a room. I feel like we have enough rooms to give both of these 2
For sure.
a room. All of our guards and everyone
Not
else
for
can
long.
like come back every day or something. We can
Sure.
have like a guard shed in the back or something. I don't know, but
You
these
can
2
convert the
definitely
stables
have
if you
places
want.
in here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
So,
we don't have any horses.
all right, so
Um,
adding these
yeah,
up
that sounds about
here.
right.
That's going
Now
to
she doesn't have
be
to pay rent.
17 gold a day for your staff
In total?
in total. Oh, sorry, 16 gold a
Okay.
day.
So we were each going to pay 96 for a month's worth.
Agree.
Okay. So we'll gather up the staff members who we've decided to hire, and then I'll go outside and apologize to everyone. Hey, you guys, look, I'm sorry. We
It was
have
really
made our
competitive.
choices. Unfortunately, our manor does. Oh, we never told you the name of this manor either. Our manor just is fully capacitated. Capacity.
What is the name of the manor?
We are at full capacity.
That's for.
Sunbrow Manor.
Yep. That's what we've named our
We
beautiful
regret
villa.
All right.
Sunbrow Manor is at full capacity. Please
Okay,
try and get
Sunbrow
more.
Manor.
We appreciate the fact that you've all been here.
We've only turned down 2
There was other people on the lawn.
And 2 spies.
I want to say,
and all the
I
cooks.
want to look at Spirit and be like,
Oh, shit, we forgot
unfortunately,
a
you
cook.
didn't meet the requirements. But maybe next time.
She goes, whatever,
Don't give him hope.
I have lots of opportunities. I don't need this.
That's all right.
Scoffs off.
Insight check.
Insight check.
To be honest,
That's a
it's
5.
because you come off as ass.
Hey, he seems like he's a very
Probably
busy
work on
guy. He's got a lot of things going on.
Good for him, then. You know, good for him.
I just want you to do well in
Okay,
life,
so I'm gonna bring
man.
everyone inside and show them their new uniforms.
Uniforms.
Do we have uniforms?
When did
for
we
this?
discuss this?
When did we? Yeah.
They're
When
all
did
gonna
you
be
buy
wearing matching
uniforms?
out. My mom sent them. I asked for them.
They haven't arrived yet.
That's
You asked her
Ah.
yesterday.
You guys are gonna be wearing this, and I'm gonna show off my outfit. Isn't it cool? Don't you guys like it? You're gonna look just like me, child of Apollo, savior of the city.
I'm just gonna scratch my head and just apologize. Like, sorry, I don't know.
Amber's
Sleeves
like,
are optional.
I'm
can I
gonna,
still
like,
wear
are we
my
gonna let
armor
him
over
do
it?
that?
Or is this like a weird
Oh yeah,
fetish thing?
definitely. No. That son of Apollo really does it for me, so you can wear that armor.
That
Great.
made it sound like a weird fetish thing still.
How about we invite you guys all for dinner? You guys go home, spend the day doing whatever you're doing, and come back for dinner later. Your day
Alright,
will start off tomorrow.
Thank you. And they all eventually go their ways. So you have about half a day left to you. It's around midday. What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to convince Alexios to make dinner.
I second this. I would like to help.
Am I there? Can I give guidance on this?
I would say you guys are a bit far away right now because it takes a long time to get all the way to the Whispers. So it's not quite time yet.
I'm gonna be like, Alexios, I've cooked dinner for like a house full of orphans. I can help you. Let's cook some dinner up together.
I prefer to cook alone.
Oh, okay, I see how it is.
Ouch.
I mean,
Ouch.
it's a
You know what?
private thing.
That's
like,
okay. I'm sorry, I
know
offered.
What I was gonna
You don't want to
say.
give away your
I'm gonna
secret
walk-
recipes? You making
Anthony
Krabby
from
Patties?
Queer Eye has taught me that it can be a really wonderful way to bring people together.
Alexios doesn't like me enough for that, apparently.
Oh.
I'm gonna wander the town and be by myself, I guess.
All right.
Oh my god.
Oh no, like there's other stuff to
Like?
do. We have a lot of
too late.
things.
I
to
feel like
do.
Alexios is about to
first
hand me
of
a
all,
pile of
can
laundry.
You go shopping for me? Go get a butcher. We can roast a whole pig. There's a lot of people coming,
Sounds like fun.
right? How many? There's like
A
10.
feast.
Yeah, there's including you guys. There's 11 people that are gonna be
Yeah.
having dinner tonight.
I'm just gonna sneak away up to the roof.
Sure.
I was
I'm
gonna say,
gonna-
you're saying you want a pig, but I've never specified it. But Honora's a vegetarian.
No, you said this before when Alexia cooks for us for the first time.
Yeah, like, you're gonna roast a whole pig?
We'll cook a salad for you.
Cook a salad.
I mean, is anybody else? I always make a
grill my
vegetarian
tomatoes.
option.
What are you guys talking about? Are you not doing that? Is that not a normal Greek thing?
All right, so Ryujin, you go up to the
Um,
sanctuary on the roof of the building. The sun is hitting the shrubs, and you see the 4 busts of the defenders of Delphi and the altar with the bust of Apollo at the end of the roof. Is there anything you'd like to do up here?
I want to go over to the statue of Theseus again, and kind of just hang out around it. Look at it, observe it. Pray a little bit to Poseidon. Couple small ones to Theseus.
Sure.
I'd say that's probably about it.
All right, you do so, and it's fun. Like, Theseus he bears some resemblance to you. It's by no means like brother, but you do see some like maybe your nose is the same or maybe your smile. It's unclear, but you do just feel this innate connection to him, even in this bust form that you don't know how accurate the bust is. But it feels good to be somewhat in the presence of another son of Poseidon. So, if there's anything specific people want to do this afternoon before dinner, now is the time to speak up. Otherwise, we can yada yada it. Someone playing music?
How much time do we have?
You have.
Do I
it's
have
like
time
midday right
to
now.
Go down to the Whispers?
You're already in the Whispers.
Or can I go? Well, I want to not the Whispers. I want to go down in the under.
In the underground? Sure. Yeah. You can do that. You can spend some time there.
Okay.
You head to
Yeah,
the
I want to
Fishbone
try and
district.
find what was the guy's.
The poisoner.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the guy that did the no, not the poisoner. The guy that did the portal, not the portal thing.
The teleportation circle.
Where the bugbear or owlbear.
The owlbear.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the teleportation
I'm trying
circle.
to find that guy. There we go. There you go.
You would remember that where the teleportation circle popped you out is one of the forbidden areas of the underground. You can check to see if it's still currently guarded. Is someone playing music in the background? I'm hearing like hip hop. Great. So you make your way to the Fishbone district, to the secret entrance to the underground that you know. And it's interesting when you enter the underground, it's still fairly active as it always is, but it does have a weird sort of aura to it right now that the Archmage is dead and was a dragon, and the Anvil Arm is currently in prison, but the criminal underground stops for no one. And you see there are still people at the casino that are active and gambling, all that sort of thing. There is business happening, but you do still see 2 guards stationed at the entrance to the corridor that would lead you to the teleportation circle.
Okay. Trying to think here. Can I hood up? So I don't want my face being seen. I want to go up to the 2 guards and say, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go up to them and give them 2 gold apiece and be like, "You never saw me, and let me in."
Mark off the 2 gold. Make a...
Well, 4, because there's 2 of them, right? I gave them 2 gold
apiece.
each.
Okay, so yes, 4 gold. Go ahead and make
I added, not subtracted.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, dang it. Okay. I got a 12.
One of them looks at you and goes, "And who are you?"
And I'm running away.
Right.
Just turn around and walk away.
They don't chase after you. They're just like, all right.
I lost.
Exactly.
Okay. Dang it. I'm not good at fight. Okay. Can I look around the area and I don't even remember what the guy looks like. Oh, I can't even remember his name. The kid that I used to hang out with What was his
The
name?
kid that used to be in your
From-
building?
That. Yeah, like whenever, and then what was his name?
Philippos. The one...
From my
yeah,
memory.
Philippos. Yeah.
There we go.
You're gonna search
There.
around for Philippos.
So I want to try and and I want to like kind of stick around for maybe an hour, people
Sure.
watch, trying to see if he's down here.
Go ahead and make a
somewhere.
perception check.
Looking around. $25.
Okay. Well, first of all, it's been a long time since you've seen this kid. You're not entirely sure what he would look like now. He would definitely look older. You've gotten older. You've changed your appearance. So you're not entirely sure what to look for. But you remember enough about his face that you are scanning every face you see, trying to see if there's any sort of resemblance to this kid that you used to know. You spend some time there, an hour. There's a lot of people that pass with hoods that you can't quite see under, so you can't be sure whether or not he was there, but the hour passes and you don't see anyone that's the dude.
Is there anybody that I thought could be him?
I mean, there are some generic-looking white humans that pass you by, which is like he was a generic white kid when you were growing up, but not enough to make you go, maybe that was him. Just enough to go like, that is his demographic.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll head back up.
All right. Anything else that people want to do
Go back.
before dinner?
I'm gonna go check on the link to make sure it's still there.
Yeah, it's just waiting in the icebox, and as you open the icebox, she goes, "Hello again."
I'm gonna be like, not staying, just wanted to make sure you're here.
I wouldn't dream of leaving.
I don't like that. It's the voice still, I think, that catches me off guard. I don't like the voice.
You want me to talk as her as Kai?
What would that sound like?
I wouldn't dream of leaving.
Nope, never mind, that's worse. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, good to know, and I'm just gonna shut the icebox and leave again.
And it's
I'll come
funny
back
because
later.
it is still an icebox, but there is no ice in it. It is complete, and at this point, it's completely dry. It's just like a cabinet, essentially.
I'll come back later.
So, if people are helping Alexios with dinner, Alexios, you can go ahead and make a... Yeah, oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Wait, I wanted to see. I wanted to go like to a magic shop and see if they have like a bag of. holding.
Sure, you can go to
we do
Candor's
that
where
first?
you've been before. Bags of holding are fairly common. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation. That is a natural 11 plus. Where's my eye? 7,
18.
so 18.
Candor does have one available that he can give you for 400 gold, or he can make one for you as well. But he does have one available today.
For 400 gold? Can I tell him I only have 315 gold on me right now?
Make a persuasion check. Yeah.
Persuasion. So, the
Okay,
dirty
he
20,
goes,
unnatural.
For the savior of the city, it's the least I can do. 315, more than willing to do that deal. So you can go ahead and... Oh, yeah?
You know what? Good man. Oh, let's just give him the props.
All right, so you can go ahead and mark off the 315 gold, and you can add a bag of holding to your inventory. When you come back and you begin making dinner, go ahead and make. Are you proficient with performance? Okay,
No,
so
I'm not
because you're getting
proficient in
help,
performance.
I'll say. Oh, but you do have proficiency with cook's tools, right? So go
Yes.
ahead and make a charisma check with advantage plus proficiency.
So,
23.
23?
Okay, so
No,
describe
22.
your dish, chef.
Oh, so I'm roasting a pig. There's there's salad and stuff for vegetarians. There's just lots of heavy stuff. I
Sure,
want to make a
you can take
stew.
some parts of the pig that aren't
Uh,
great to just eat by themselves. You shove in that stew. You got some potatoes and cucumbers. You can make some nice like mashed potatoes. Like it's very Thanksgiving-esque in this ancient Greek world. Lots of like bread and olive oil, that sort of thing. It's a beautiful feast. And as your friends come to dinner and as your new employees come to dinner, everyone has a wonderful time and eats every last inch of this food. So, is there anything else people want to do tonight, or do we want to skip ahead to the next day?
I mean, I'm good.
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good.
for next
So,
I wanna.
camaraderie.
Wait a sec. I wanna go back down to the underground and stake out those guards and try and get a pattern of when they leave for like half the
okay,
night.
go ahead and make a perception check.
Not very good. I got a 12.
Okay, so how much time do you want to spend here? So do you want to? You could spend as much time as you want here and then sleep late tomorrow, or if you want to be up at a normal time, you might be a bit exhausted, depending on how much time you want to spend down here.
Yeah, I want to spend as much time as for me to know how long like a shift is, I guess, how long they stay there.
Sure.
So I don't know how long that would take, and I'd be willing to take a point of exhaustion.
Okay. So, by the time you get back to the underground, there are different guards there. You're not entirely sure how long it's been different guards, so you can't know for sure when their shift started. But from the time that you get there and you're watching them, it seems like it takes around 3 hours for 2 more guards to come and relieve them of their duties.
Okay, so at least 3 hours.
If you want to stay until those
And then
people
is there
are relieved, you could. You definitely take exhaustion.
is there like any interaction with them? Do they like speak, or is it more of like complete guard change? Just
it's not cordial. Like it's not familiar, but they're not like soldiers. They greet each other,
Okay.
that sort of thing. This just seems to be a fairly well-oiled machine.
Can I follow the people that were relieved and see if I can follow? If they go together, I want to figure out where they go.
Sure. They travel together for a bit, and then they do eventually split up before they leave the underground. One of them seems to stay, and it looks to be patronizing the casino underground. The other one does pop up to the surface world.
I want to follow that one.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
23.
23. So, you follow him for a bit as he emerges out of the Fishbone District. And at this point, it is the dead of night. And you watch as he travels along a bit, and then he ducks into an alleyway. And you keep your distance, but you wait outside the alleyway for a bit before he emerges again, and you do see that he's changed his clothes. Where before he was wearing fairly common clothes, he's now wearing the outfit of a Delphian guard. The full yellow plume, the shield, the armor, all of that. And you continue following him as he goes all the way into the High Noon District, and then eventually crosses into the Defense Center.
Okay. Is there anybody else that was around the Defense Center when he entered?
Yeah, there are always two Delphian guard guarding the doors of the Defense Center, and they nodded and seemed to recognize him as he went in.
Okay. I'm gonna approach those two guys.
Sure.
And I'm gonna just
Halt.
be like, hey, question.
Yes?
Question. What was that guy's name that just entered?
Why?
I'm just curious.
His name is Nestus.
Can I not know? Thanks. Insight check. Wait, I need to make sure that.
Sure, go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh, yeah. 12.
I mean, he seems to have no reason to lie. He seems confused, but
Okay.
doesn't seem to be untruthful. Is there
Okay.
something we can help you
That's
with?
all I wanted.
Okay.
Nope. I just want to know his name, and I leave.
Have a good night. Alright, so you are going to take a point of exhaustion
And I go back.
when you wake up.
That's fine.
But everyone can go ahead and
Wait,
take a long
Do
rest.
I have to mark that?
Yeah, so take your long rest first, and then in conditions, you can mark one level of exhaustion, which makes you disadvantage on ability checks for the next day. But you guys can all take a long rest as we spend
Okay.
potentially our final night here in Delphi before heading off. And this is a perfect time for us to take our break. So, for those of you watching, thank you for keeping up with us and with this stream. We will be back in 15-ish, 20-ish minutes. So, go take your potty break, do whatever you need to do. We will be back, and we hope that you'll be back with us. So, thank you guys. We will try to be back before 9:30, probably 9:20, 9:25, that area. So, have your break. And we're back. Thank you guys for joining us back for the second half of tonight's episode. We appreciate you guys coming with us on this journey. So, jumping right back into the story. With some music, shall we? There you go. So, you guys wake up back in your home, the former home of Archpriest Phaeton. What would you like to do? The day is yours.
Oh my. Can I read over the ledgers the Lord gave me and look for whatever standpoint connection they had, like Delphi and Andola's stand?
Sure. They're pretty thick, so you probably won't be able to look through all of it, but go ahead and make an investigation check to see what you can gather from sort of skimming through it.
Okay, that was 16 plus nothing.
16. You don't really know how these sort of ledgers work, per se. You've never seen documents like this before, so you don't get the nitty-gritty of exactly what's happening, but you do see Andola's stand's name pop up a lot. It does seem like there is an ongoing relationship with Andola's stand, monetarily. It looks like, in general, Andola's stand exports food to Delphi, farmed goods, cucumbers, and lots of autumnal fruits and vegetables and that sort of thing. They also do have some meat farms on Andola's stand as well, so cows and pigs and lamb and that sort of thing. And it does look like Delphi pays them for those goods. And looking through in general, I mean, you're not quite sure how far these ledgers go back, but it does seem like this record with Andola's stand goes back at least several years. You don't see anything that catches your eye as like out of the ordinary in terms of their arrangement.
Would I know when these shipments come in, or?
Not from that check and your like very minimum knowledge of how ledgers like this work.
Any of my party members know how to read ledgers?
I'd say not
I
with
walk
any of
downstairs
any
with
of your
this thick
backstories.
book.
No, none of you are. I'd say like I would give it if someone
I'm
were
a
like a
merchant.
noble, but no.
I can barely read.
I'm a little
say-
smart.
I say a few of us go rent that horse and carriage, and some of us can go check up on Tyrant before we leave to Andola's.
Okay. I mean, I'll go with to get the carriage.
Anyone have any like animal handling advantage?
Oh yeah, I wanted to.
I don't think so. Not me anyway. I mean, I have a +1.
I have a +3, but I really wanted to go to Tyrant's.
I mean,
guess
I
I'll
have a
look at that.
+3.
Animal handling?
To what modifier? I'm sorry.
Animal handling? Animal handling.
Oh, well, that would be me. I have a +7. I'm a druid.
Okay, so who wants to go to Tyrant's and learn a little more about Andola?
I'll go with you.
Okay,
Sorry.
Delphi, let's go.
I got it.
All right, so
You want to leave some money for a supply run? Cart?
Sure.
Wagon?
Are we renting or are we
How
buying?
much?
I mean, they have those for rent. Do you have
Uh-huh.
horse insurance? If one dies, can we?
it's not really a renting thing.
No,
It's
how
sort of
does
a
Okay.
sale thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have
I
to buy
wouldn't
one.
know this. How about you tell me how much it is and I pay you later? Sure.
I mean, if you just want to give me 40 gold, we'll call it even, and I'll just.
I don't even have 40 gold after paying these people their first month.
Which, by the
How
way,
much are we
everyone
supposed
should.
to pay for that again, by the way?
I
96?
believe it was 96. 96 from
is
each
how
of
much
you.
we're supposed to.
Oh my
96.
god.
And
okay.
Adagio paid for all of it?
No, oh, got it.
Okay, I was gonna say, Jesus Christ.
What is going on in the
Each paid you
background of one of
96?
you?
That's not
What's that?
Someone is yelling in
It's
the
not me.
background. Well, nothing.
I have
hear
significantly
anything.
less gold now.
All right, so you guys all mark off your 96 gold.
Yeah, I have like 14 gold on me, Alexio. I guess you can have all of that and I'll just be broke.
Nah, give me
okay,
5
it's
then.
5.
So
Okay.
should I mark off 97 gold?
96 gold from each of you.
96 gold.
Yes,
okay.
you should mark off 96 gold.
And these people will be paid for a month starting today.
Yes. So, we can start with the wagon purchase. Essentially, if you are looking to get a wagon and 2 horses to drive it, a wagon by itself is 35 gold, and then 2 draft horses would be 50 gold each. So you're looking at 135 gold for 2 horses and the wagon. And if you wanted to also get saddles for the horses in case you wanted to ride them in addition to the wagon, then they would be 10 gold for each saddle. So either 135
Is this
gold.
renting?
No, this is buying. 135 gold or 155 gold if you want saddles for the horses as well.
Nah, I'm good on the saddles. but I will take the
All right,
wagon and the
so
horses.
mark off 135 gold for 2 horses and a wagon. And this is a really simple wooden wagon. It has like enough of a wiring that you could put some cloth over it to make it covered, but it currently is not covered. It is open to the elements.
We should probably cover it just to be sure. I'll give Alexios 50
Yeah, we'll
gold
probably.
for one of the horses. Like just paying for a portion of it, I suppose.
Is that your baby, DJ?
Right, thank you. Yeah, actually, I think that is. I couldn't hear her at first.
Alright, so yeah, I gave you 50 gold.
Sorry. Yeah, I got it.
I guess.
Will we go past the Black Hands at all?
Unless you wanted to. I mean, this stable is in the High Noon district. No.
Oh, I thought it would be Fishbone. Sorry. Detour. Nah. 1 second.
As far as gold goes, I guess I'll give Alexios like 30 gold towards the wagon and stuff.
Okay. You're at 80 of 135.
How did you guys?
I thought
magically
Alexios
have
was
so much
paying the
gold?
rest.
I don't know. Alexios just spent a lot of money on a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know how much he has.
I have a bunch of silver.
Well, I'm not there, so.
It's true.
Hold on, let me quick math.
I ended up giving you 3 platinum, by the way.
Like, with what y'all giving me, I'm still pretty good.
Yeah, that's what
3
you got instead
platinum?
of gold for me, because I have no more gold pieces. I just have platinum and silver.
There you go. So you have paid for 80 of the 135, which leaves us with 55 left.
Yeah, I'll toss in another 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do y'all get all this money
What I
from?
did was paid it all
I
already, and I
haven't
started
spent any of
putting
my
it
money
back as
since
what you're
we
saying.
got the horn.
Oh, that's true. I did spend 600 gold on diamonds.
There you go.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that's right.
with the additional money from Ryujin and the rest being covered by Alexios, you guys can have your wagon and your 2 horses. They are not named horses, so if you would like to name them, that is your prerogative.
Bessie.
To do so.
No.
There is
Wow.
one horse is
Giuseppe.
a beautiful white horse with a white mane, and the other one is a mostly brown horse with some white spots on it.
Giuseppe.
Where are these coming from? What are we naming them, guys?
Caspian
just-
Joranarius the
Let me just look
Uh,
up Greek horse names.
Oh God.
quick.
Trojan.
We've got Alistair. It's telling me a bunch of names of gods and goddesses.
While that's happening,
Giuseppe's a pretty good name.
let us
Before
scooch
we
over, scooch over to Adagio and Ilme.
I want to stop
so,
at the temple before we head over to Tyrone.
Sure, not a problem. What would you like to do?
I'd like to ask the clerics for one of their nice cleric robes.
At the Temple of Apollo.
Yeah.
Okay, so you ask one of the sunmen there. Looks like a halfling man who you approach. He goes, I'm sorry, what?
Oh, as the child of Apollo and chosen, cleric, I would just like to have an outfit that shows that I praise Apollo.
Oh, well, we can certainly get you an outfit, of course.
Cool.
Yes, here. He goes into a cupboard and pulls out. It's not the nicest, but it is a very basic cleric robe.
Okay. And I'm gonna put it on and just make my robe look nicer than my many fashions just nicer than the actual.
Yeah, and with your magical cloak, it does make it distracts from the sort of shitty quality of the actual robe. But you guys head over to the defense center, and again there are two Delphian guard blocking the door. What is your
Is one of
business?
them Nestus?
Make a perception check.
We've come. Wait, what's happening?
Oh, is this at is it disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the... Oh, frick, that wasn't even very good to begin with. Perception, you
Yeah.
said? 13.
I mean, from what you can tell, underneath the helm and all that, it doesn't look like Nestus.
Okay. I want to keep an eye out for
Sure.
Nestus.
The guards go, what is your business?
We've come to see Tyron.
All right. Just keep your wits about you. You know how dangerous it can be. Follow me. And one of the guards escorts you in down the familiar path that you have walked before until you arrive once again in the holding room that holds Tyron the werewolf. As you walk in, once again you see this human teenager, tan skin, short auburn hair, freckles. He's still wearing the silver shackles, though he is still wearing the cloth that you helped him put under the shackles so to not irritate his skin. As you walk in, it does seem like he is eating a meal. It looks like it's some sort of chunk of meat, and he looks at it. Oh, hi. Sorry. He instinctually tries to reach for a cloth, but it gets caught in the shackles. Sorry. Hi. I didn't expect to see you so soon.
We'll be leaving Delphi soon and heading to Andola's stand to find out what we can find out. I just wanted to let you know before we left and gather some information about the town that you grew up in.
Yeah, of course. Anything I can help with.
Turn to Ilme and be like, I can cast Zone of Truth on this guy if you think we should.
That's up to you.
Ugh, no, I needed your input. I guess we could always insight check every
Fine,
single
do it.
answer gives us. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna cast Zone of Truth, but I'm gonna say it out loud and let him know we're casting Zone of Truth on you.
Oh, okay, sure.
Boop.
Okay. What do you want to know?
So we know a little bit about Andola stand. It's like a days away. Delphi seems to have some sort of trading system between us and them. You guys are what? Mostly farmland?
Yeah, it's generally an agricultural hub, if you will.
All right. And then what does your form of government look like here?
Well, the governor's in charge, and it's basically him and what used to be Coinmaster Dorai, and then our lawmaster Jareth. And they basically run the town. The governor is in charge of sort of final rules and that sort of thing. Jareth is in charge of the laws and the guard and enforcement, that sort of thing. And Coinmaster Dorai was in charge of the sort of financial aspect of the town, I think.
And terms of riches, were you guys a well put off town? Were you
Oh,
struggling?
no.
Were you like that?
Most of us are fairly. We don't need for much. We don't need much, and we don't have much. But what we do have, we have from honest work, and we have what the earth provides and what we can grow.
Have you ever
Was there
known-
anybody that disliked the Coin Master?
Oh yeah, loads of people hated him.
Why?
Beautiful.
Oh, honestly, my dad sort of kept me out of most of the politics of the town, but from what I could gather, it seemed like he was constantly raising taxes, and it seemed, at least to the farmers, from what I could overhear from my dad, It seemed like he was asking for way too much and was sort of forcing the farmers into poverty.
Was there anybody that was super vocal about him raising the taxes?
Probably. I don't know for sure. My dad didn't like me to be involved with that sort of thing, but there used to be several of our neighbors would come to the farm, and they just sort of vent about their frustrations. Lots of them. I don't really have names per se.
Okay.
Who did he have like an assistant or something like?
The coin master.
The coin master, like like a little helper guy.
Not an assistant. I mean, he had lots of servants. Like not lots, but he had a handful of servants and maids and that sort of thing that helped him around the house. But not someone who helped him with the business. I think it was more of the three men in charge sort of helped each other.
Was he a family man? Was he like married with kids?
No, he was a lone wolf, if you pardon the pun.
Do you know who it was? Who the witness was that put a werewolf on the scene?
Oh, it was one of his maids. I don't know the name, but I've seen her around town before. She's got brown hair, sort of gentle waves, that sort of thing. She's pretty. She really likes chocolate. That I remember because I saw her at the square before, and she'd gotten some fancy chocolate from Delphi, and she was sort of showing it off to her friends, and I thought it was cute.
Oh, Tyrant sounds like he fancies a little lady. But
my parents always told me that I couldn't get close to someone like that because because of what I am.
All right, my friend.
I'm done. I don't have any other
questions either. All right, well, Tyrant, we are heading to Andola's. Is there anything you'd like to, I don't know, general warning?
Just be careful, I guess. And they really, really hate me, so definitely don't say that you're associated with me.
Heard. All right, well, I'm gonna kiss him on the forehead and tell him that the sun will shine on him again.
Thanks.
As we walk out, can I want to drop off a piece of paper that has some that's thieves' cant on it, just kind of like in a little dusty corner that I'm hoping Nestus will find.
Okay.
I want it to say.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah. How long do you think we're gonna take for this Andola stand?
Totally hard to say. It depends on how easy the mystery is to solve.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna. Okay.
I know you guys want to be done in 2 weeks, because that's when the party is.
Okay, so. Okay, it's gonna say, I know what you do in the underground. Meet me at. Where's a common place in the underground? That's a good meeting spot.
The casino.
The casino? Okay, I'm gonna name off a random game. I don't know what kind of games are there.
Sure.
But one of the games, meet me at that game in 2 weeks' time.
Come up with a name for a game, and I will make that a game.
Okay, cool. Give me I'm not good at on the spot things like that.
Giuseppe.
He will meet you at.
Well, meet me.
The Chase the Dragon booth. How about that?
Okay,
name
meet
is
me at
Giuseppe.
Chase the Dragon booth in 2 weeks' time
Do I randomly notice
as the sun
this?
sets.
Okay.
I'm just dropping it off. I'm dropping off a piece of paper
It just-
nonchalantly.
Yeah.
that has on there.
So
I'm
you
like,
write
why'd
you
you
write that in
littering
thieves' can. Write that in thieves' can and just sort of like crumple it up and shove it in a corner.
Yes.
Make a sleight of hand check to see if Adagio notices.
Yep, I'm hoping he's gonna notice it.
Yeah.
Ooh, a disadvantage.
What's new, Scooby Doo?
Okay.
I got an
Adagio
18.
does not even notice as you just sort of think right into the corner, and you guys are free to leave. So, the entire party meets up back at your home, and you see they now have a wagon and 2 horses.
What did you name them?
Giuseppe.
I do not accept that.
We haven't named them yet, but according to the chat, we have a few different suggestions.
Ooh.
Got Natsu and Happy, and then Billy and Jean.
Can we do Billy and Tommy for Wanda's kids?
Yes,
Aw.
yes, 110%. 110% yes.
All right. So you have the white one and the brown one. Which one's Billy? Which one's Tommy?
I feel like the brown one has to be Tommy. I don't know.
Brown-
Just feeling.
Either way, go for it.
I
All
think
right,
that
I'm just thinking of
fine.
Thomas Shelby and his his horse, the dark horse that he had in the show. You know? Remember what I'm
Sure.
talking
We're going back
My
to Peaky
dice just
Blinders.
scared me.
about? Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So now with Billy and Tommy, is there anything you guys would like to do? You do see the people that you have hired are now at the house and beginning to sort of arrange themselves and organize themselves and divvy up responsibilities. Is there anything you guys would like to do, or you want to hit the road?
I'm gonna go check on the link again, of course, because we can't just leave the link alone.
That is actually a good point. Who are you going to tell about the link, or are you going to take the link with you?
I'm gonna sneak the link into my bag.
Okay. Just so you know, because of the dimensions of the cube, it's roughly the size. Like, it would fit in your bag, but not much else would fit in the bag.
Oh shit. I'm going to sneak
gonna-
the link under my cloak.
Okay. You look like weirdly squarely pregnant. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
I want to unload some stuff.
God, I
but how
keep
can
dropping
have-
dice every time I try to pick them up, and it's scaring me. Every time it scares me. There's sleight of hand. That was, hey, it was a nat 20. I forgot what a
Okay.
20 was on that dice for a second. So 22 in total?
Okay, so none of your party members notice that you tuck the blood glass cube behind your back, and you cover it enough with your cloak and all that sort of thing that it just looks like your cloak is like almost perpetually billowing behind you, but it's because you have a giant cube behind your back. All right. So, anything else before you guys hit the road?
How can I unload stuff without like getting rid of it? Like, do I like make note and take it out of my
If you want to
inventory?
leave some stuff in your room or something like that, you can just like take it out of your inventory and make a note of like other things you have and make a note that it's in your room, something like that.
Oh, you guys.
Okay.
Could I go and get like some sheets or something to put over the back of the wagon?
Sure, I'll
Like
say
something
for
okay.
about 5 silver, you can get a tarp for the wagon.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We never grabbed the gate stones.
How should I add the bloodlust cube to my
The
inventory?
other one?
Well, we
Blood glass
Custom
cube.
item?
The blood glass cube is an item in D&D Beyond. You can just add it.
Yeah. So I should
Okay.
unequip that.
Isn't there one left for the fishbone?
Well, we still have ours, right? So, I mean, they're somewhere in Delphi.
Yeah,
the
we
other
just
pair.
have to
Randomly
get
appear someone
another
in
one.
Delphi. Mine doesn't connect to anyone anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be
The stone still
Do we all
exists.
still have?
it'll be fine.
Do we still have the?
Where does Phaeton Stone exist?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
It was left on the ground when Phaeton turned into golden light.
Can I say I picked it up? I was mine.
So you have,
No.
you have both of them? Oh.
No.
You
So
were
where is
too
it
focused
now?
on. Who knows? You guys don't know. You never asked.
Do we use
Odella
Odella's?
still has hers. Probably not on her, but somewhere.
I still have like the 2 blues and the green, huh?
Yeah, but
Tell
those
Cat
connect to
to
like
call
Kenai
her.
and Nadar, wherever Nadar left is.
Yeah. And then like the gates or the walls around the city?
The
right?
green
Fang?
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you
And then
can
we
use
have the
those if you're on
purple.
the same plane of existence, but is there like a range? I can't remember.
For the gate stones, I don't know actually. Let me see. I don't think there's a range. I think you could just go. Yeah, you can just.
I guess we could
Yeah,
just
you can just
randomly
go.
use them. Just randomly, just like bloop. How you guys? How's it going? It's us. Hands
We
up,
might
eight.
want to warn Odella that we might be just popping into existence near her. If we do that, I
Nah.
think we might need
Let's
to
just
warn
go.
her
Okay,
at least.
Have one of the damn, I guess the maid. Hey, on your way home today, if you could just stop by Odella's and let her know that we might randomly pop in using the gate stone that she still has. That'd be great.
Yeah, of course. I'll send the message.
Oh, and pick yourself a nice bedroom here on this first floor.
Will do. Thank
Maybe
you.
not a nice one, but like.
Just
but
not when it's
a
occupied,
room.
please.
Yeah.
All right. So, with all your business done, you guys hop in the wagon. Which of you is going to be driving, essentially?
Like, leading the
Probably
horses?
me, because I have the highest animal handling.
All right. So go ahead and
I
make an
will-
animal handling
Is
check.
there space for
me.
like 2 people up there?
I mean, yes, but one person would have the reins.
Oh, I'm so glad I have
Yeah, I just want to sit with them up there.
I'm so glad I have a high animal handling. That's a 14.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the horses are still getting used to you, and you're still getting used to the horses, but they are trained enough to know what to do. You make your way through Delphi up to the north gates of the city. They open in front of you, and you are now going to a part of the surrounding Delphi area that you've never particularly been before. But you continue along the path. It's going to be about a day's journey along this path. You'll probably, if you're leaving around mid-morning, you'll probably have to sleep once on the road before getting to Delphi, unless you want to push through, and then arrive in Andola stand a bit tired. But the road is yours. It's a beautiful autumn day. It's a nice sort of chill in the air, but nothing that a fall jacket can't help. If there's anything else we'd like to discuss on your journey or anything like that, now is the time to do so.
If we push through, like if I was to push through and keep driving while everybody else slept, would I get a point of exhaustion from that?
You and the horses.
Or would that be fine? Oh no. Okay, never mind then. I would be fine with it, but I won't do that to the horses.
Just want to be laying in the back of the wagon, just like playing my lyre.
Okay.
Making little illusions pop up every now and then.
Once we're a ways from Delphi, I'm going to reveal that I have the blood glass cube. I'm not going to keep that from everybody for forever.
You what? Blasphemy.
I'm gonna turn to Ilmate and Alexia and be like, I've been reading this book and I think I got some ways to deal with that link, if you know what I mean.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm still playing.
How can you can you deal with the link? I'm very curious.
I don't know.
You're sitting like right next to me, so.
That's fine. I'm just gonna go back to reading my book.
I'm just wondering how you want to deal with the link.
That's information I don't want to share with the person holding the link, who brought it under our noses.
Well,
Don't
I didn't
you
think we
enjoy
had
my
anybody in
company,
Delphi we could.
Adagio?
Oh, crisis. I've always loved the company of others, Nemosine. Isn't it nice to get some fresh air?
Of me, that's all right. We have similar goals.
I'm not talking. Oh. No.
Under my breath, I'm gonna go, as you said before.
And you know, I don't know what book you're reading from, but here I am as a primary source. If you want any information about my brethren, I'm right here.
I hate you. Not out loud. In my
Hey,
thoughts.
somebody who has mending, can you try and cast mending on these pieces of parchment I have from Nadar's fireplace
I have
and
mending.
see what happens?
I guess I'll cast mending on whatever Nora is handing me.
Alright, so it takes 10 minutes to cast mending, but you sit down with the papers and you try to arrange them so that they're somewhat intact, and you begin to cast mending. Slowly, this parchment begins to stitch itself back together. It'll take several castings of mending in order to completely mend the paper, but that's alright, you got a day on the road. So after about an hour, you mend as much as you can mend. There are enough missing pieces of this paper that you still don't have the full paper, but you have the pieces that you have successfully connected. But you do see that where the paper was able to reconstruct, the ink not so much. The ink still cuts off where the paper was burned.
It was worth a shot.
So real quick, whenever we get to Andola's stand, me and Adagio learned that people didn't like the Coin Master very much because apparently he was probably raising the taxes too much. I feel like we need to talk to Tyron's dad about that, because I feel like he's gonna have some good insight on who didn't like him. Because I feel like that would be a very good reason for killing him.
Are we still playing as like the mercenary and his guards seeking help for Delphi, or are we just like, yo, I'm here to solve a murder?
It's up to y'all. I don't care.
And also, didn't they burn down the farm, the dad's farm?
Yes, he did
Like,
mention that the farm was burned.
Oh, we can still look for him. Yeah. I mean, we could always say that we're looking. Did he mention what his dad's name was?
I think he did the first time. I think he said his dad's name was Texwin.
Okay. We could always say that we're looking for Texwin because his son sent us. I don't know. Unless that's going to be making people mad at us because we know the werewolf.
Well, we know where he is too, so we could just tour the farms looking for seeds that we could take back with us and just find like this burnt down farm and be like, what's the story behind this?
So we're posing, we're looking for seeds so we could start our own, like,
well, we could also be
fields
buying
in Delphi.
That probably wouldn't go well for people who are growing the crops for Delphi.
Like, are you trying to steal my crops?
Okay, we're just looking for temporary relief. Like, if they can have more than they need, so we can go back to people who are suffering in Delphi. We'll buy it from. Well, maybe not buy it because I'm broke, but persuade them to donate to a charitable charity.
I mean, works for me if we pretend we're looking for that, so we can kind of go around all of the farms. Is that the whole point? So we can look at everything, and then we could probably even talk to the governor about like needing help too. So we can talk to him. Yeah.
Way to wrap everything up.
Okay, works for me. I mean,
Works
it's
for me.
legitimate reason, like, probably why they would want to send the Hands of Fate to do something like that, too, other than just the werewolf thing. They could have been like, Hands of Fate, help us.
Do they know who we are? It's been like one day, right? Like, with the rest of the
well,
world...
we can go up there and be like, we are the Hands of Fate, we saved Delphi, and now we need your help.
I will say, word travels slowly. Andola's stand is very close to Delphi, but you're not sure if they've heard yet. It's totally possible they have, and you do know that Lord Pythonus is working on sending messages all across the Alliance, telling about what happened.
It's been what?
It's been,
3 days?
at this point, 2 days. This is the third day after the attack.
So by the time we get to Andola stand, it'd be 3 days, though. If we
Yeah.
spend the night on the road.
Yeah.
So, with like, just so I can clear up this mental map I've got in my head. So we've got Delphi, right? And then where we're going is Andola's stand. Where that we don't pass like the Forest of Artemis or anything, right? That's like totally.
No,
different
you're going the
direction.
opposite direction. So essentially, Looms and the Forest of Artemis are west, and then directly east of them is Delphi. And then if you go northeast from Delphi, you get to Andola stand. So you're essentially going in a straight line, then a slight diagonal line. That's where you are.
Okay. Yeah, I still owe one of those hunters their bow, so.
All right.
Okay, well,
So,
I don't have anything else to say. I'm gonna be sleeping.
I'm
So-
turn to Nora and start like reading stuff off from the book. Look, it lists the different Titans and like what they did and what they were in charge of and all this good stuff.
That's pretty cool. I didn't realize I was muted.
I don't know. There's like one section here that says which links cancel out which links, but I guess we wouldn't physically know if they did unless we like tested it out.
Yeah, we only currently have the one link.
And we have no idea where any of the others have gone.
You're not wrong. Is there any way like I can talk to Adagio without everybody else hearing?
I mean, you can try. This is a very close quarters situation, but you can try to talk very quietly and hope that no one is hearing.
Maybe
you.
we know the same language.
Do we know this? Do we know any of the same languages that nobody else knows?
I know.
You know, you both know Celestial, but so does Ryu.
I'm also playing my instrument like right.
It's true. If anything,
my
Ryu's
chest,
probably
so
not listening.
Fair,
Okay, so
yeah.
we're gonna speak. I'm just gonna like in Celestial go. Okay, we're talking Celestial for a minute here.
I know that language. Celestial. Woohoo. Language of my father.
Okay, so I am gonna say. So I found some things out, and apparently I might have divine blood of some sort, but I don't know from where.
What does that mean?
I
Like,
don't
are you,
know.
But you're not a demigod? Question
I'm not a
mark?
demigod, but I have some divine blood, and I don't know from where, and I needed to tell somebody.
I think my brain's just gonna like melt in my head. It's just be like, so real life cousin? Question mark?
I don't know about that because I don't know where it's from.
You're right. I mean, how many vessels could you receive divine blood from? So like the
That's-
gods
yeah.
only, or
See, I don't know. I tried to talk to the priestess at the Temple of Artemis at the Wild Boar Temple about it,
she's cool.
and she said that there are people who are like touched by celestial beings who have divine blood, but it's not super common.
Is that like physically touched, like Artemis like gave you that mark and now you have divine blood within you, or is this like a somewhere in your family line someone
no
was
clue.
like demigod or a god?
I have no clue, but she said that they usually have an innate power, and I'm a little scared.
An innate power to do what?
I don't. It depends. If they just have innate power, I don't know.
Looks like we're hitting the library books, that's for sure. I could always ask my dad for more help when we head back to Delphi, but this book doesn't really say anything about that, that's for sure.
Yeah, like there's one person who does know, but I don't trust him. Not that much.
Oh no. Are you talking about Kenai?
That's who I'm thinking knows.
Yeah, I was assuming. I also wanted to talk to Kenai, but for other random reasons, but
I tried to get in to talk to Kina and I couldn't, so.
I could always send him a message. He literally can't ignore that. He won't send one
That's
back,
true.
probably, but
That's true. I just want. I don't know. I needed to talk to somebody about it.
I don't even. This is just like literally you've like melted my brain. Like I don't even. There's just so many things going on, and now you're like, I have divine blood in me as well. A random power that may or may not appear sometime soon. That'll who knows, does who knows what.
Just thought I just needed to talk to somebody about it.
How
Thought
did
maybe
you
with all your
find out you have divine
that's
blood?
that's not important. I don't even want to talk about that.
Um,
I don't want to talk about that. That's too much to handle on top of knowing that I have divine blood.
I just want to say, you guys just hear me in the back going, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Just playing the lyre still.
Okay. So you have some sort of divine blood within you. Not sure where it comes from, not sure what it does, and you learned it from somewhere you won't tell me. What do you want me to do?
I was going to say, since you're good at research, I was going to ask you when we got back if you'd help me research.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Considering you're constantly swearing to Artemis, you might as well help me.
I may as, yep, you know. The goddess has definitely given me some sort of strength to deal with this.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as we head back from Andola's, I guess I'll get to that, and I'll let you know.
All right, thanks, bud.
I
just needed to tell somebody.
How are you handling this?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not.
Okay. I say we just put a pin on emotions for now and figure it out as we go.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. But I'm here if you want to talk.
Thanks, bud.
I'd prefer we do it away from Nemosine since... And then looks down.
I'm
She's
pretty
a bit much.
sure Nemosine already knows, considering she's a titaness of memory.
But still, I don't want her near me.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
I was the one who sealed the blood glass, correct?
Yes.
Like I can open Nemosine's blood glass if I wanted to?
You can.
What would it take for someone else to open that?
They would have to kill
Other
you.
than me.
They'd have to either kill you or dispel the magic sealing.
Oh my god. And if I died with the, like, it dispersed from the blood glass, like, would she be free to, like, just go?
No, someone would still need to open it. It would still be sealed. Anyone would be able to open
Oh my
it.
god.
But if someone dispels
Okay,
it,
but,
anyone
like-
could also be able to open it.
Is
Okay.
this like concentration based? Like if he falls in battle and then I heal him, it's already dispelled, or
No. He would have to die. His soul would have to leave this plane of
Okay,
existence. Yeah.
Okay, cool, good. I was scared that it was going to be like he fell in battle
No.
and we had a problem.
But the far more likely
just
scenario
like,
is someone
kill
just
him.
dispelling the lock, essentially.
Okay. And I can relock it afterwards, or?
Yeah. Anytime the cube
okay.
is open, whoever closes it magically seals it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heard. Okay. That's cool. That's comforting in some strange level.
We know more now.
All right, so you guys continue your journey. As you get further from Delphi, eventually you see, specifically on your right hand side, the sort of flat grassland begins to ebb and flow, and soon you see stretching up on your right side is this vast hillscape. And at first they're more like lumps in the earth, but as you continue to progress further down this road, the hills become larger and larger. They're by no means mountains, but they are sizable indeed, and they have grass growing all over them, and you see there's a vast number of different sizes of these hills, and it sort of creates a natural barrier on your right hand side. But eventually the sun begins to set, and you start thinking about potentially making camp. You get the sense you can't be terribly far from Andola's stand, but you'd probably have to ride through the night in order to get there by morning.
I say we set up camp.
Let's set up camp.
Okay. How far away from the road are you guys
How big is
setting
this?
up? How big is what?
Oh, I was gonna say how big is a caravan? Like how many people would be able to comfortably sleep in it? The wagon.
Oh, I mean, all of you guys could sit in it. If you're sleeping in it, comfortably 3 people.
Well, I'm going to volunteer to not sleep in the wagon so that I'm away from everybody since I did bring the link.
Okay.
Is there any trees or anything like that, or is it just like
Yeah,
grass?
absolutely. It's not like heavily forested, but there are certainly trees around here. This is fairly wild land.
Okay, well, I'll climb up in a tree and I can take first. Well, actually, I shouldn't take watch. I'm actually have exhaustion, but
Alright,
I'll go
so
and sleep up in a tree because I like to be able to see out.
Sure. Go ahead
I
and
say
make an
we'll just
acrobatics
straight
check for me.
camp at the tree line,
Oh dang!
however far that is from the road.
Sure. It's not terribly far. The road is still in sight, but you're enough distance away.
16.
16, yeah. You shimmy up that tree. You find a nice little Y branch that you can make a sort of a makeshift hammock in. All right, so who's taking first shift?
I guess I will.
All right, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Nuts. I'm just gonna do this one on D&D Beyond. You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
20.
All right.
Nice.
So as the rest of your party falls into sleep, you keep your eyes awake. You sort of at the fire, warming yourself, just keeping an eye out for anything nefarious. You do hear the sounds of the wilderness and sort of nocturnal animals waking up. Nothing that seems to be a direct threat to you or your friends. You do see a wagon that goes down the road, heading the way you came, but nothing else happens that catches your eye at all. Is there anything you'd like to do on your watch?
Just have, Kai wandering about, keeping an eye out as well. And that's probably really about
All
it.
right.
Maybe just,
Sure.
quietly tuning my lyre and stuff like that.
Who are you gonna wake up for the next shift?
Probably Adagio.
Okay. So Adagio, you are awoken by your friend. You in turn go and sit by the fire. Is there anything you'd like to do on your shift?
I'd like to feed the horses,
Sure, absolutely. So
brush
You-
their manes, I guess.
yeah, you sort of pamper them a bit. You give them some jerky. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
What's 19.
19. You hear much of the same
wait,
things.
you said
that Ryujin
perception?
hears. Yeah.
Well, it was just a +3.
Okay. You hear much of the same things that Ryujin heard. And you stare up at the starry sky, and it's a clear night, and you can see the slightly waxing moon. You do hear not terribly close to you, coming somewhere from in the hills. In your mindset, you're like werewolf, but you're also not entirely sure if it's just a normal wolf. But it's enough to sort of put you on edge a bit, but nothing seems to hinder your watch. Who are you gonna wake up for your next shift?
Do I have to go to sleep for all the rest of the shifts, or can I stay
You
awake
do.
for one more?
You do. You need 6 hours of sleep and 2 hours of a shift.
Alright, I'll just wake up Alexius.
Okay. Alexios, anything you'd like to do on your shift?
Nah, nothing in
All right.
particular.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Yeah.
Question: can I use Forge's perception?
He can give you advantage.
No. Alright. Advantage is
You as well. There's nothing
15.
that seems particularly scary. But you certainly hear the wilderness around you. You need to put some more wood in the fire and all that kind of thing. But nothing seems to hinder your watch at all. Is there anything you'd like to do, or just wake the next person up? All right, who are you waking up?
Wake the next person up.
All right,
Nora.
Anora, the final shift. Anything you'd like to do?
I'm just gonna kind of like study the cube and then like check on the horses.
Okay, as you study the cube, the link studies you. If you have a question, ask.
Not really sure if it's a question. Just curious.
You desire answers.
That's an understatement of the year, but yes.
You know, you keep asking me about deals we can make. I have no interest in deals. I have an interest in partnership. I have my goals, you have yours. We can be allies in this.
Our goals don't have the same end result. I don't see how we can really be allies, unfortunately.
Well, perhaps you can change my mind by the end. Or perhaps I can change yours. I do not want destruction, Anora. I do not want to destroy the world. I merely want to restore the proper order of things.
I think we've got some different ideas of what proper order is.
Anora, such tragedy in your life, such pain. And do you know why? Because your gods do not care about you. My brethren and I, we always cared about those we ruled. We would never let what happened to you happen to you.
You talk about the gods, but I would have died if it wasn't for Artemis leading me to that temple.
Is that what you think it was?
Then what was it?
Ooh, that is valuable information, and I know the value of information.
You say you don't want to make a deal, but it could just keep you locked away and never take you out. You wouldn't be here right now. You'd be locked in that icebox still. If I hadn't snuck you with us.
For now. Anura, I am not drawn to you the way I was drawn to Aruxal. I merely
hope not.
think you are the best of my limited options at the moment, but do not think that I would hesitate to find a better suitor for my needs.
You know, they say flattery gets you everywhere. You should kind of learn that.
I am a Titan, child. You should be the flatterer.
I don't really have anything else to say at this point. I want information, but like I know you're not going to give it to me, so.
Not yet. But I do see a future where I do. A glorious future. Where you understand what is truly at stake in this war.
Tell me what's at stake, since I apparently don't know.
You have been blindsided. You have been manipulated by your gods into thinking this is the best way to live. But I ask you this. If your gods were so confident that they were in the right, why would they work so hard to try to destroy any written record of our rule? Why do you know so little about me and my brethren, about how we ruled? I'll tell you why. Because they are scared. They know that if people knew the truth, if they knew how much better their rulers could be, well, they would turn on their gods faster than I could say it. You're on the wrong side, Anora. Join me on the right one.
That's what everyone says.
Do you know that
How is your
Olympus-
ruling so much better?
Your gods are pompous. Your gods are superior. They invented Olympus. They created an entire plane of existence so that they didn't have to rule from Gaia's earth. They didn't have to rule among the filth that they ruled. My brethren never did such a thing. We were proud to rule from Gaia herself, from our mother. We ruled from next to, not above, those who answered to us.
Maybe the gods just needed to step back, like have more free will.
Free will. The fates write all, dear. Free will is an illusion. You are merely a thread beneath their scissors.
If the fates rule all, then what do you know what the fates see for the future?
I do not. Even I am not omniscient. Unlike your gods, I have no problem admitting when I know not something.
How do I know you're not lying to me?
Well, you don't. It's a leap of faith. But ask yourself this. Why do you not know if I'm lying? Because your history books cannot prove me right or wrong, because they do not exist. Why would they destroy the evidence of our rule, unless they had something to hide?
That's a lot to think about.
Take your time. I'm rewriting your mind.
I don't know how I feel about that.
She stops responding.
Okay. I'm just gonna check on the horses for the rest of my time.
Alright. You do so. The rest of the watch goes on without incident. The sun begins to rise, and eventually your friends begin waking up. You guys can all take a long rest. Ilmay, you can mark off your exhaustion point. You've probably got maybe 3 hours of travel until you hit Andola's stand.
I guess I'm taking the reins again. I almost said wheel.
All right. So, you begin setting off. You eat your jerky on the road as you continue along the road. Several hours pass. The hills on your right continue to get larger, but the path begins to move slightly away from them. And after a bit of time traveling, you begin to see the wild lands around this road begin to get much more manicured, much more precise, and soon this road is going through farmland. You see vast acres of crops and small barns and shacks and that sort of thing along these paths. And then eventually, you see one that catches your eye. As amongst all these beautiful rows of crops, there's a solid chunk that is blackened and burnt and charred. And you see a barn that is blackened and burnt and charred and partially collapsed.
Do you guys want to stop and investigate that? I'm pretty sure it's probably Tyron's.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you
Place.
guys think that's
Yeah, I want to possibly look through the
I do
rubble.
agree.
All right.
Good.
So you
Good
guys,
course of action.
you stop your wagon, hop off, and begin walking through this charred farm. And you hear the crunch as your feet walk over these dry, dead crops. Are you guys looking through the crops, or you want to head to the barn?
Barn.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
want to
right.
go to the
So you
barn.
guys make your way to the barn, and you see it's not terribly large, but it does look like it was at one point a 2-story structure. But most of the second story is now collapsed. It looks like it was made out of wood, and the wood is really rough right now. You do see some metal elements that are just sort of covered in soot right now. But you begin to peek inward. Excuse me! You hear a voice from on the other side of the barn. You turn and you see what looks like a late 50s human man, white skin but tanned and hardened from long days in the sun, gray hair, and a short salt and pepper beard. He looks fairly muscular, fairly built, by no means a bodybuilder, but someone who's worked in the field. As he approaches, he seems to be like wiping dirt or mud or something off of his hands. You see he's wearing traditional farmers, commoners gear. He goes, can I help you?
I'm gonna step forward and extend my hand. Be like, I apologize, good sir. I am Daashio. I was sent from Delphi, and as we were traveling here to Andola stand, we couldn't help but notice your farm.
Oh, and he sort of wipes more dirt and grabs your hand. You feel it's like calloused and rough. He goes, it's not my farm. I'm just the neighbor. What are you being sent here for from Delphi?
I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but we did just recently undergo a dragon's attack on the city.
Yeah, we heard about that. Sure, made some big news over here for sure.
Well, the citizens of Delphi aren't faring too well. There's a bit of a disarray, especially with our food rationing. And I'll like pull out the ledger and be like, I was told by the Lord we have long-standing like trading agreements, and we are hoping for a little help.
Right. So you're looking for crops on a burnt-out farm?
It's just eye-catching, and as a cleric, I thought maybe someone needed help. I wanted to see what happened around here. Maybe it's just natural curiosity.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're a couple days late on that, Mr. Priest. Uh, all this is over and done with.
Oh, if you don't mind me asking, what happened here?
Well, turned out there was a secret werewolf living here, and when we found out, people weren't too pleased with that, and made their discomfort known.
A whole family of werewolves?
No, I seriously doubt that, but the boy, Tyron is his name, his own mother turned him in to Governor Aron. Sad stuff.
I'll have to pray in her name.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot of strength to turn in your own son.
Yeah, and it seemed
And
to create
Tyron,
some
what
strife with
happened to the werewolf?
the husband. The werewolf, well, he ran off, I think. Probably joined his kind up in the hills. I don't know. I just feel for
Are there
Texwin.
wild werewolves out there?
There's certainly wolves. I have to take down my own every once in a while from my own farm, but I ain't never seen a werewolf. To be honest, I don't know if I'd be able to identify a werewolf versus a wolf, but...
That is fair. And what is of Tyron's parents now that the farm? And then I like look around and be like,
Well, Lila, his mother, she's the honored guest of Governor Aron right now, as thanks for her tip. Texwin's not so lucky, unfortunately.
well, it's unfortunate something would happen to the town like this, and seemingly normal family. Where would I find your governor? You can kindly point me in the right direction.
And why, might I ask?
Well, like I said, Delphi's in a little bit of a niche right now. Maybe some other governing parties might be able to help us out.
Right, well, I doubt he's much
We're
in
not
the
looking for
giving
any
mood.
handouts or anything, but
Well, I don't know if they're letting people in the city gates, but if they do let you in, he's got the biggest house. Easy to find.
all right. Thank you.
And just one question to satisfy my own curiosity. Why would Delphi send 5 well-armed people to collect some seeds?
Well, there's, you know,
We
There's
did
been
just
a
come
lot
from a
of-
dragon attack, you know.
there's been a lot of banditry and thievery on the roads around Delphi because of said shortage of food, so you can never really be too careful.
Make a deception check.
Fuck.
I give him guidance on this one. I'm just gonna like tap him on the shoulder real quick.
We're
Okay.
using the big D20. Okay. You said what?
Deception.
You got guidance.
Okay, so I got 10
Plus a
plus
D4.
17 plus a D4. Or 10 plus 7. I don't know if I said 7 or 17.
I believe in you.
What is that? 2? 19 total.
Okay. Right, well, I don't know how they do things in the big city, but hell, if you've got the muscle, why not use it, I suppose. Well, good luck to you, and good luck trying to get in the city.
Heard.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder and be like, Apollo keeps his eye on you.
Great. Alright, I guess. Not much of the Apollo worshiping type, but good to know he's looking out for me.
Seems like a nice man as I walk back to the wagon.
He just like watches you guys go back to the wagon, very much like suspicious of the newcomers. But
Someone who grew up in a small town, that's accurate.
for sure. So you guys carry on towards the town?
That run with that guy makes me wonder if we'll actually get through this. I didn't even know this place had like walls, gates.
The more you know.
So what do you guys wanna? How do you wanna play it when we get to the little guardsmen?
Well, I'd say we play it like we're the Hands of Fate, because it sounded like that guy had heard of the attack, so he had to have heard of the Hands of Fate. I feel like we'll have a better chance of getting in, saying we're the Hands of Fate, rather than we're looking for seeds.
Space and the seeds.
Do we say we're looking
I'll change
for
back
a
into
werewolf?
my
Because they think
original
that's
Adagio
over, or
outfit.
they said that's over.
Okay.
I mean, we could always just say we're like, and we could say we're investigating the werewolf stuff if you want to. I mean, that's like literally why we're here, is to investigate the werewolf. Like, say, we heard you were having werewolf problems, we've come to help you.
Like, not even just that, we could just say that we're...
I mean, if we do that, then the werewolf...
We could just say we heard there was a werewolf attack, we're just trying to get some information in case he comes to Delphi.
Well, they probably know that the werewolf, obviously fled. And I mean, that could work, but the way I see it, I don't know. I mean, we don't want to like risk spilling the beans about, said werewolf being in Delphi or anything. So I don't know. I can't remember.
I mean, if we just say we heard they had werewolf problems and we're here to help, like, investigate it. Because, I mean, as far as they know, they don't know that we know where the werewolf's at. We could always say we're trying to find that werewolf.
Like trying
when
to
we're
track
actually
it
trying
down?
to find the real
We
one.
can say...
Gotcha.
Not Tyron.
We can say we're trying to do business with the coin master. Maybe... I mean, it's only been a couple days. Not everybody knows he's dead. If we're trying to do business with a dead person and we, need a place to stay for the night afterwards...
I guess we could try that.
Yeah, but I feel like that
might be
ruse
a
won't
reason
last
to be
very
in the
long.
gate.
Like,
I
what
could
if we
pull
need to be
out-
here for a while?
We could just stick around while we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. I don't know. I mean, we just need to get
we don't know
our
what to
leg
do
in
now.
the door.
The person who we're trying to do business with isn't
I'll
here.
pull out my little ledgers
You
and be
know,
like,
next move is we don't know.
listen, I'm just a very confused new assistant to the Lord, and it says here we're trading partners.
Do you want to come help with our big celebration?
Lord Pythonus has a lot of things on his plate, like the big party he's planning, but I am stuck with all the little things, like feeding the hungry people of Delphi.
We can be trying to spread the word about the Hands of Fate and the party that's coming
We could just
up.
be like mercenaries for hire.
But we're the Hands of Fate, and we don't tell them that.
We are monsters.
Don't tell them we're the Hands of Fate. We're just saying, telling. Okay.
Spread
I mean,
word.
like, at this point, though, I feel like
There's
the
gonna be a
governor would know who
party.
we are if they're trading partners with Delphi.
Yeah.
We're the hands
That's-
of
And again,
fate.
I think we're going to run into the problem of they're going to notice we're armed, just like that farmer did, and they're going to be like, "Why are messengers?"
We're an
So
odd jobs unit, but also the hands of fate.
Do you travel?
I'm not comfortable
unarmed?
traveling unarmed.
We free
have
man.
Magic tons, I guess, but I mean, I'm wearing leather armor. In a little cloak, I'll just hide myself.
I was just meaning, like, that farmer questioned why we had so many weapons on us when we said we were getting seeds. I'm pretty sure they're gonna question us if we're just spreading the word of the Hands of Fate with why do we have so much weapons and armor on.
What if we pretended to be actors who were doing a play on the Hands of Fate, and we were playing our characters in the play? I am a...
No, we each play a different person though. Like we don't play ourselves.
I am Musion, son of Poseidon. This is the trident I can barely wield, but I'll hold it anyway.
I'll just paint a normal eye over my eye patch.
What's the plan, y'all?
Also,
I don't think we have one.
I think the traveling actors
I'm
are
proud
pretty
of
fun.
you.
Just be passed
Traveling
through.
actors, traveling
We should
actors.
just tell them the truth. Tell them we want to investigate their werewolf problem. I feel like that's the best bet to get us inside.
I mean,
how
like,
about
100%
how about
that.
If the werewolf who's a human right now knows that we're coming and knows that we're looking for him, I think it makes it harder for us to then find out who's hiding among them. If we say, hey, we're
I
looking
feel
for
like
you.
That's fair.
We don't know who you
The
are.
best bet we have is say we are the Hands of Fate. We had just come from Delphi. We're looking for aid, but we also wanted to spread the word. We happened to hear that there was a werewolf in the general vicinity. We just wanted to be prepared in case he came back.
I think that's good.
Alrighty, but we would have made great actors. I just want y'all to know that.
Hey, I mean, my performance.
think I'm-
my,
I'm
Losing
not
my
our
performance is
proficient
high.
in performance.
I
My
am.
performance is a +0.
Be a hell
I
of
am
an actor.
proficient in performance, so I'll just take the lead, obviously.
Wow.
I have
Wow.
a +0.
Yeah. What's your
I would
what's
be
your,
so much help.
what's your skill modifier for performance there, buddy? Tell me.
+3.
Get wrecked. +7.
Why do
Oh
you
my
have such a high
God.
performance?
Bad
High
acting
charisma,
is
baby.
Still acting.
Warlock.
Very true, very true. Yeah. I'm proficient.
All right.
though. Look,
So I'll say that you guys are coming up with your plan as you are getting closer and closer to the city. Eventually, you do come to the gates to the town, and they are far less grand than the glorious walls of Delphi. This is more like log fencing. It's a much smaller enclosed area and much less fancy. The guards themselves are wearing leather armor, leather helms, nothing particularly fancy. You get the sense that everything here is pretty salt of the earth, pretty working class, as opposed to the sort of sophisticated, superior Delphi. But as your wagon gets nearer, you see two guards up at the front gate go, "Hold, hold, 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 hold!" They approach them like, "Sorry, folks, we're not letting people into the town currently. Is there something I can help you with?"
You fool! I'm joking.
Stab!
It's just.
if
I've
we
been
kill the
impaled.
guards, can we come in? We just like ambush
Did
the
you
guards
ask
from
them
the
that? If
wagon.
we kill you,
No.
can we come in?
Dark
In my
Adagio's
head-
coming out.
In my head, I was like, what if I just stabbed this man? Or I blinded him and we went in. We just like,
What if I just stab this man?
I
He
can
gets to
light
keep
the
his
gates
life.
on fire.
But no one said he gets to keep his eyes.
I
Can
can
we
light
like
the
sneak
entire town on fire.
over the fence? Like, can we try
It's
and
not-
stealth over it?
It is, first of all, it's pointed on the tops, and it's about
Okay.
30 feet up.
So if I burnt it
Easy.
down,
I could vert John.
Wait a minute. I didn't prepare spells. Ah, crap. We just did a long rest. I had to prepare spells.
Okay,
I said,
while
can I help
everybody's
you with
talking,
something?
I'm gonna go up to.
oh yeah,
Can we just say we're the
Hands
Hands of Fate?
and then like
I already
action
said it,
pose.
so too late. Have you heard of us before?
Yeah, you're the Hands of Fate, and I'm King Theseus. Nice to meet you.
I'm
How
gonna.
can we prove that we're the Hands of Fate?
Bless
Like,
me.
Oh look, this is a tooth from the dragon we
Have
bottled.
you heard of the Hands of
Oh
Fate?
yeah, the tooth.
These are matching teeth from the dragon we killed. So
We all just flex our dragon teeth necklaces.
He
quick.
does, like, seem a bit taken aback, and he's like, wow, those are fucking big-ass teeth.
Nice to meet you. My name is Adagio. I'll show off my radiant brand, Child of Apollo. And
Oh.
we are the Hands of Fate.
I just want to look at him, lift up my eye patch, and say, "Nice to meet you, Theseus." And I want to hold out my hand, real menacingly.
He doesn't take your hand, but he immediately is like recalculating. He's like, I apologize. What are you doing here in Andola's stand?
Am I the one who has to do it?
I'm
I
always
have
storytelling.
No charisma.
Oh
I
my
start to
goodness.
nudge Adagio with my elbow.
Came up with it.
Okay.
Why is it always
So-
me?
Basically, Delphi's in a bit of a bind. There's been a lot of disrest in the city. We don't have enough supplies. We're trying to get enough supplies because the Lord is kind of not realizing it's a problem. And my friend over here, I'm going to point at Adagio, has kind of become the assistant to the Lord, and we're just trying to get some more supplies and then also spread word of the party so that the Lord is happy. We just wanted to speak to the governor to see if there's anything you could spare as far as seeds and such, because if there is, we're trying to build farms. I'm going to constantly be using druidcraft to bring seeds up. We're just trying to get Delphi back on its feet in any way we can.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Why?
What do you mean,
Can
why?
I help in any way? I
Can
just
I
want
get
to add
help
in
on
some,
this?
sprinkle in some details like,
Guidance yourself.
where we're
What
on
if
twisty
we-
roads
Yeah,
or
put in
treacherous.
guidance myself
You
with
can
my
guide
plus
yourself.
0.
You can guidance
Me
yourself.
and
My plus 0
me and
to
Ryu just start playing the
persuasion.
liar, like some like storytelling advantage.
Oh my
Epic
god.
story.
They just
I
make
told y'all
story
it
out of
should not be
wire
me.
images.
I don't have high persuasion.
I have a 0.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
Wow.
Nice.
Plus 2, 21.
Do I
He
know?
goes, well, I'm sure the governor doesn't want to upset Lord Pythonus, but it's a bit of a bad time for us. We're dealing with a bit of an internal emergency, so we could probably, I could figure about getting you all some seeds in about a week or so, but right now I don't know if the governor is particularly in a position to do so.
Can I, at this point, I'm gonna say, but also we do still need to talk to him. Like, this is a big thing that happened for Delphi. You are trading partners. Trade is gonna be disrupted. We need to speak to him. We know there's a bit of an internal affair. Why do you think we're still so heavily armored? We want to help how we can.
He sort of looks at the guy. He's like, well, you do raise a good point. Just, be careful. We don't know exactly what's going on here, so just keep your wits about you. But, sure. Hey, Johnny! And the gates open up. Alright, you guys can head on in. Governor is going to be straight ahead in the manor. You can't miss it. It's the biggest building by far.
I'd just like to
Sounds
say, I
good.
can't believe
Thank
that
you.
worked.
As we're like trotting away in the wagon or whatever, I just wanna look back, wave, and say thanks, Theseus.
Oh my god.
He goes, huh? Oh, yeah, right. As you guys enter the town proper, and you see this, even inside the gates, this is by no means like Delphi. Most of these buildings are fairly small, fairly run down. It's not like destructed, but it is a bit worn. Most of this town. It looks like from what you're gathering from just riding in here, it looks almost like the town is built on like almost like a wheel with a center and spokes coming out of all these different roads. And so you're riding down one of these roads towards the sort of central hub of the town, and you do see on the other side of town there is a rather large manor. It's by no means as large as the Lord's mansion in Delphi, but it's around the same size as the governor's house in Looms. But you do see, as you come towards this hub in the center of town, what looks like, God, what are those things called? Where a guy is like stuck with his arms in his head. You know what I'm talking about. There's one of those in the center of the hub. It looks like there's an elderly man in it.
Stop.
Yeah, exactly. There are two of the town guard on either side of this man. He is not frail, but he's certainly not muscular. He has a white beard that's beginning to sort of become a bit Dumbledore-esque. But he's awake, but almost semi-conscious in this stock, if you will. You guys can continue riding past towards the governor's if you'd like.
Can we ask who the man is?
Are you asking the guards?
I guess that's the only people there, right?
Yeah, unless you want to ask the man himself.
Then the guards, yeah.
I'm gonna let the man not have anything else on his mind. I'm gonna ask the guards.
He's somebody being questioned for a crime. Just move along.
Oh.
Blasphemy.
This is how you guys regularly deal with crime in your town?
Well, we're waiting for a confession, sure.
Confession for what?
What crime?
What
We're trying
crime?
to help as much as we can, so we're just curious.
Well, this man had a son who was secretly a werewolf, but he refuses to go along with his wife's story that his son is responsible for the murder of one of our government officials.
And what if he's telling the truth?
Well,
Cast Stone of Truth.
Oh, gods.
That was out of character, sorry.
Like, on the three of them, or just the old man?
I'm just saying, like, if we can cast Stone of Truth and they know that he's telling the truth, they might let him go.
We could just say this is Celestial.
Yeah, this is all been said in Celestial. Ryujin can understand us.
yeah.
We could always. I guess we could zone the truth. Hello. We could zone the truth. What if the old man is actually like, and he confesses to like, whatever crime?
Well,
I mean,
then
I guess
we
then
know.
he deserves it. Oh
Then
my
we
God.
know.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the guards and tell them that I can cast zone the truth on the old man.
Well, that would certainly speed things along. Be my guest. Just don't get too close to him, alright?
Why do people keep saying that around here? Keep your wits about you. Don't get too close.
He does look
It's because it's
sick.
the Old West.
Do you mind if I look?
A medicine
We
check
prefer
on
if you
this
didn't
man?
touch him. He's fine. He's just a bit dehydrated. And one of them stands up, so like smacks his face a bit, and the man goes, I'm up.
Can I tell
Yeah,
if he's...
his eyes seem a little discolored, and I just wanted to, just because if he dies, he can't.
We
How
will
long
make
has he
sure
been
he
on
doesn't
this?
die. He's not close to dying. We know when he's close to dying. If you want to do your spell, you can. Just don't get too close.
Okay. Heard. I cast Zone of Truth on... What was this guy's name again?
Through context clues, this is Texwin.
Texwin. Alright, Texwin, I am casting Zone of Truth on you.
Okay.
Whoosh.
Yeah, that's fine. What am I? Why are you doing this? Who are you?
My name is Adagio. These are the hands of fate. We're passing through town momentarily. But it looks about you guys had a werewolf murder around here.
It looks that way.
Alright, and your son is accused of being a werewolf?
My son is a werewolf.
Born or bitten?
He was born this way.
Born a werewolf. Cool. And
Ask if he's the one who killed the Coin Master.
to your knowledge, your son did or did not kill the Coin Master?
There's no way he killed the Coin Master. That's what I keep trying to tell him.
And why are you so strong in this belief?
Because every full moon, we lock him in his room and I personally guard the door. And morning came, that lock did not move.
Are you or your wife also a werewolf?
Doesn't respond.
Oh, now I want to cast Charm Person and find out.
Charm person.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person.
Wait.
Okay, what's the save?
Afterwards.
Wisdom save.
That's a natural 2.
Well, he failed.
I was just gonna repeat the question.
He
I'll
looks at
repeat
you.
the question
Looks at
since
you
he's
guys
friendly
and
to me.
looks at the guards and goes, I don't want any trouble.
Listen,
We
hold
just
on.
want to know the
Hold on.
truth.
Hold on.
We're just trying to solve
Give me
what is happening
1
in Newtown.
second. Okay. So the guards are like they're really
They're
really
right there.
close.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I summon Kai? But
Hello.
like in the distance.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Behind the guards maybe, and just have him be quiet.
Sure.
And then I want Kai to become invisible.
Okay.
And can I just have him like sneak up kinda and get close to the text one?
Sure. Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage.
What the fuck is happening? I'm so confused where you're going with
Got
this.
an idea, man.
I don't know either.
Explain it. Say it outside in Celestial.
Stealth, you said?
Yes, with advantage.
Okay, with it.
For him, for Kai.
Say it in Celestial so we know what's happening.
That's a 20. All right,
Okay.
let me explain. In Celestial, I'm gonna say, distract them. I'm gonna have Kai get close and have Texwin whisper to Kai the answer, and Kai will tell me.
All right.
So
I
we need
guess
to start
we'll
talking to the
turn
guards.
You take one guard, I'll take the other.
Let's go. So what happened with this werewolf attack?
You're asking the guard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what information do you guys have on this werewolf attack?
Well, it went down in the coin master's house over there. He points to. It looks like there are 3 of the larger houses. The one in the center is the largest, the governor's house, but there are 2 other large houses, and he points to one of them. He goes, "It happened there in the coin master's abode, middle of the night. His servant came out screaming about a werewolf killing the coin master. Some of my people went in, and by the time we got there, all we found was the body."
How did people feel about the coin master?
Well, he's keeping us all safe and giving us our due in terms of monetary things. He's a good man.
Okay, I was just wondering. I'm trying to see, like, if there's any motivation for this. I want to get the whole picture.
And
I
how was
mean,
the coin
people
master
are
murdered?
always gonna be mad at the tax man, but not
Yeah,
something
that's
that would
fair.
do this.
That's fair.
What was your question, mister?
I was just wondering.
How did he die? Like, how did they kill him?
Looked like it was a blade to the throat.
While all of this is going on,
Yeah.
can I just like as quietly as I can, just to say whisper it to Texwin and just have Kai like positioned literally right in front of like his face.
Sure. He seems confused because he can't see anything in front of him, but he takes advantage of the guards being absent, and you see his mouth move, but you can't hear what he says.
Okay. And then when he's done, I'll just have Kai, come back over to me and like perch on my shoulder and whisper it into my ear.
And you hear Kai say, he says it's him, but he didn't do it either.
So,
Oh, shit.
oh my god.
Wait, how can he... Okay,
How
this
could-
is... In
that's
Celestial, how
exact-
can he guard?
How can he guard his son from, like, transforming and, like, breaking out, but not doing it himself? And we can't obviously ask this because the guards don't know he's a werewolf.
In Celestial, maybe he has a bit more control. I mean, he's a bit older, maybe more experience. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not really sure.
But isn't it
We don't know
werewolves
enough
have
about-
to control, have to transform on full moon?
But
I don't know.
do they completely lose themselves when they
Find
transform?
harder to-
We could ask him in normal, like, oh, your son is a werewolf, but does he like lose his control when he's a werewolf under the full moon?
I mean, I guess we could. Is it going to be suspicious though that we changed the line of questioning so quickly?
I mean, now we're questioning him about his son and his son's motives and like what kind of person his son is.
That's true. I think that might be our best option. I like how Ilma and Alexius know none of what's happening right now, by the way.
It's like,
They should have taken Celestial in high school.
We're like the Peanuts parents, like in the background.
Alright, so, what are you guys doing?
Well, yeah. So we're gonna turn back to Tex Win. And your son, he was a good man?
That's right, I raised him good. As good as I could.
Whenever.
You know,
Sorry.
I apologize. I couldn't even see who was talking.
It was me.
Oh, okay.
I hate to be so direct, but whenever he transforms, does he completely lose control of himself?
It's hard, and he sort of looks at the guards. He just chooses his words
I'll
carefully.
just
He
have
goes,
kind of position same place
yeah,
again.
I'll say the way he described his experience to me, he lost control, but not his mind. He was a passenger in his own body, but he was aware of what he was doing. And there were times where he was controlling himself, but couldn't think the way he usually does, coming to wrong conclusions, following different impulses, that sort of thing. But he was always my boy.
Why did your wife give him up so easily?
That I don't know.
Why would she do that to her own son?
My wife is a lawful woman, and she genuinely believed that he had strayed, that he had committed an egregious act, and she wanted to make that right.
Out of character, didn't Tyron say that he was bitten as a young child?
He said
like
he's been this way as long as he could remember, but
Protect his
his
father.
parents told him he was bitten as a child.
Oh, so he doesn't.
He doesn't know his dad's a werewolf.
Oh no!
Okay,
poor
okay,
baby.
Okay.
So do you think Texwin's wife knows that he's a werewolf? Like, how do you think this backstory works for like the kid?
So he was told that he was.
The dad was just like, oh, yeah, I took him hiking and a wolf bit him. He might be a werewolf right now, so who knows? She was
So-
just like, okay.
What if?
Wait.
Oh
Sorry.
man. Oh man.
So like, what if he's still here when the new moon, or not the new moon, when the full moon comes next time?
If he's in here for 30 days, he's got his own problems.
That's her. Well, did they put him like back out there? That's what I'm thinking. Like, what if he gets taken down and they put him back out there as like an example?
Yeah, who knows?
All right,
Do the-
Texwin.
Do the guards have the key to the stock on them?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Texwin. I don't know what I'm gonna ask him. I forgot.
D&D Beyond.
I believe in you. You got this.
What is it?
Oh.
Oh my god. Beautiful.
I got a 4.
Yeah, I mean,
It was almost a 19.
they might have it on them, but it's under a bunch of layers if they have it.
I'm a
I don't think we can free him right now without raising suspicion anyway.
yeah. Who do you think did it, Texman? Do you know of any other werewolves in town?
No,
Dun, dun,
there's
dun.
no other werewolves I'm aware of. I doubt there's any more in town. I'm sure I would have sensed them or smelled them or something.
He just admitted it out loud.
Are there werewolves like just roaming the woods around you guys? We heard some howling on our way over. Or are those just like regular wolves?
Well, sometimes they're one and the
Wild
same.
wolves.
Sometimes werewolves can have wolf packs that follow them. Sometimes not. I'm not an expert, of course, on werewolves.
Oh, of course not. Where are you
Do
from,
we know?
Ty?
Sorry,
Texman.
go ahead. Tyron?
Sorry. Where are you from, Texman? Were you born and raised here?
That's right.
Can I just say bitten or born to him? Not saying that I'm talking about him, but kind of like infer it.
He looks at the guards.
Blink twice.
And he struggles with his words.
Can I, before he answers, can I just like kind of walk up to the guards and like, you know, kind of like try and lead him like off in the direction, like, you know, the thing about Delphi is it's a wonderful place. You know, it's just like you seem so underappreciated here. I mean, it's just you could make so much more money and have a career in Delphi. I mean, it's just why do you waste your time in this small backwater like what are you doing? I could hook
Meanwhile,
you up. I know General Fang. I could get you in a good position.
Texman seems to stumble over his words, and he seems to be aware of the enchantment on him, and he just leaves it at that.
I'm just gonna in Celestial. We could cure him.
We can't cure his son though.
Rip.
I mean, we
His
can't.
family's
cure
been
him,
through
but,
enough.
Right, he seems to have some sort of control if he's like able to watch over his son on a full moon.
I want to know how he's able to watch over his son.
I do too, but I mean, we're kind of in the presence of a guard, so.
I know.
Oh, we could just ask him. Like, we could literally just be like, "How do you watch over your son on the full moon?"
But then he's gonna have to fully reveal that.
But he already told us that he guards the door under the zone of truth. So we already know he guards the door. So he would literally just tell us, "I stand post outside the door," or I don't freaking know. Whatever he does.
Okay, so since he's in Charm Person, if I ask him, he's gonna have to tell me, can I drop Charm Person? So if
Sure.
it's something that, yeah, I'm gonna drop it and be like, I'm sorry, if you can't say it, you don't have to say it.
In front of these guards.
Well, the guards are still distracted by Ryujin trying to like convince them to go to Delphi, apparently.
Not that distracted. They're still within a earshot.
I said, I'm sorry.
He looks and he sort of like looks around and says, I feel limited in what I can say. And he looks at you, Adagio.
In Celestial, am I dropping the zone of truth too?
At this point, I don't think there's much he can tell us with the guards here. We'd have to figure out how to... I could cast Charm Person on the guards and make them leave.
Both of them?
I mean, yeah, but that's
People
2 first level
afterwards
spell
that we
slots
charmed
gone.
him, right?
Yeah, they do, so we wouldn't be able to stay long.
Well, let's not do that. We could always come back to him.
Can I... If something was to, like, happen nearby, would the guards go check it?
Probably.
Okay, I'm going to I'm going to say drop it, and then I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy, and at the edge of the range, which is 30 feet away, I'm going to make it sound like a bunch of whispering and ominous whispers and noises that they should go investigate.
Make a deception check.
Ah, shit. Where is deception? Why can't I find it? I'm going to give myself guidance because it's a +0.
Okay.
14.
14. And follow that with a sleight of hand check to see, is there a somatic component to thaumaturgy?
What do you mean?
In components, it should say VSM or any combination of thereof.
It just says B.
Okay, so that's fine. So you mutter the arcane words under your breath, and you hear the and the guards look that way, look at each other, and one goes and nod, and one of the guards begins to walk over that direction. The other guard stays with the prisoner.
And then opposite direction, can I cast thaumaturgy? Like opposite 30 feet?
I could do that. I could do the exact same thing in the opposite direction.
The guard that remains looks the other way and pulls out a sword and goes, "Alright, I think it's time for you guys to leave. I'm getting a bad feeling about this."
Damn it.
Might want to get to safety.
I tried.
It's okay.
I think we could handle it.
I think we can handle it. Why don't you go check that out and we'll keep the prisoner safe.
I
We don't
can't do
want to
that.
keep
I
that
have
on
orders.
watch.
I apologize.
Are you doubting the hands of fate?
Nope.
Do they
I
know
just
what
want
the
to keep
hands
my
of fate?
job. Yeah, he doesn't
That's
really know.
fair, my dude. That's fair. Drop zone of truth, and let's just. We have to come back later, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my friend. Can I you disgust me and throw a bucket of water over the prisoner so you can lick some of it off or something?
Do you have a bucket of water?
Do I see a
I
bucket
have
of
a
water?
water
near me?
skin. Can I
No.
just dump the water skin over him?
Sure.
Oh.
Damn it.
Ah.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
Thanks.
I didn't even tell him why I was doing it. I just did it.
We'll be back for you. Texwin. Let's continue our journey to the governor.
Alright, so you guys continue along the road. Eventually, you find yourselves once again guarded, but you do find yourselves at the entrance to the governor's manor, and you see on either side are the secondary buildings. What do you do?
Out of character.
Yeah.
Ilme, what languages do you speak?
Yeah.
Undercommon, thieves can't. Common.
Oh, okay. Same play with the guards. We just pull on up with our little ledgers. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here to make
Same.
you a business deal.
Same thing as before. I guess I'm gonna try and convince him to let us in.
All right. I'll say
mean-
in general, just go ahead and make a deception check with advantage, since
Oh,
you're all
thank
sort of
God.
helping this deception.
Woots woots.
Deception with advantage. Oh no, I couldn't read the dice and I tried to turn it where I could and I changed the face. Oh no, okay. Oh, stop buying upside. 17.
17. Okay. They're suspicious, but one of them does escort you towards the front door. He knocks on the door, and you see the person who answers it is a girl dressed like in servant's attire, brown wavy hair, probably not older than 20 or so. She answers the door and she's like, "Oh, hi." The guard goes, "This is the Hands of Fate, here to talk to the governor about potential aid we can give to the city." She goes, "Oh, right. Yeah, I will get the governor then. Okay, just here, wait in the foyer, and I'll get him. Okay." And she scurries off. The guard waits with you, and you see you're in this grand opening chamber, and above you see a balcony with two staircases that descend down. It's a very regal sort of entranceway. You guys wait for a few minutes before the doors on the balcony open, and you see the servant girl return with a fairly plump human man with black hair and a black goatee, wearing by far fancier robes and clothing than the rest of the people in this city. But he sort of like waits at the banister and he goes, "Hands of fate, if I live and breathe. Well, I heard about you. What can I do for you?"
We seek aid from Delphi. I'm gonna nudge Andola.
My God. Okay, so basically, you've heard everything that happens. You know who we are. We're trying to do what we can to help Delphi and any surrounding cities, and we're looking for aid for Delphi at the moment because as much as we love Lord Pythonus, he is a little tone deaf, and he does. God, just because you're talking in a country accent, mine started coming out. God. Just he doesn't understand
let me
how
stop
bad
you right
things
there.
really are.
I do apologize. I would love to help Pythonus as much as I possibly can, but you see, we're dealing with a bit of a situation, as I'm sure you might have heard already. Unfortunately, the man who runs our treasury, the one who can understand exactly how much we can afford to give you all, well, he's a bit, well, he's dead. Murdered, in fact. So, unfortunately, we're still a bit trying to catch our breath with this, and I don't think we're in a position to make any promises we can't necessarily keep. You understand?
How about we make a deal?
So is there any way we can help you?
If we scratch your back, you scratch ours.
Go on.
Your close trading partner.
Sort out this, business of whatever is going on, the werewolf attack, what happened to the coin master. We figure all that out for you, and get a new coin master appointed with your approval. And in return, you see what you can do to aid Delphi.
He looks at you guys and looks at the servant girl and he goes, "Well, what'd you say? You want to tell your story to one other person? Hands of fate?
Why not?
I'd like you to meet Ellie. She was the one who witnessed the murder." She goes, "Hi. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys."
Insight check. No, I'm kidding.
She comes down the stairs and just sort of stands in front of you. Yeah, I mean, anything I can do to help.
Are you sure it was a... Sorry,
no, go ahead.
Were you sure it was a werewolf and not maybe like a shapeshifter?
I don't know. I mean, it was dark. It was mostly a silhouette, but it was definitely someone who was like human-sized. And then he definitely started transforming, and I saw wolf-like features. So, I mean, I think it was probably a werewolf.
But if he was... What time of night was it?
Oh, it was the middle of the night. I only came into the room because I heard a commotion.
Then he would have already... I'm going to say this... Oh, I don't know if they speak Celestial or not.
It's not a very
I'm going to try
language.
And speak Celestial just so everybody else can hear it. He would have already been transformed if it was actually a werewolf and not a shapeshifter. Because it was middle of the night. It was already the full moon. He would have had to have been transformed already, not as a man. Right?
I don't know enough about werewolves.
I don't think it works the same.
I assume
it's harder for them to control that they can change.
we could always
at
ask
any
Texman.
time.
Like his son was forced to transform every full moon. Was that like as soon as the full moon rose, when the full moon was at like its highest, as soon as it's in the sky? Like, how does this work? Because at this point, we don't know anything about werewolves.
Okay. Anybody else has any questions for it? Go ahead. That's the only thing I could think of.
So around this time, another servant comes with like a platter of little treats, and she goes, "For our honored guests, would you like to partake?" Like they look like little like hors d'oeuvre sandwiches. So it's a stark contrast between this house and the rest of the town.
I'll just like, I'm fine, thank you.
I feel
I'll
like
take one.
At any point, did we not believe her about
Make
what
an insight
she
check.
saw?
Can I? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I actually insight check?
Inside check. I have a +6
Insight
on that.
check.
Let's go. I can roll high enough.
Are we all inside checking her?
You guys can all
Like,
insight
what's
check.
happening?
Wait.
Cool, I got a +7 there.
Oh.
I got
21.
16.
Damn.
21.
Oh crap, man! I had the lowest. I'm not even gonna say it.
Okay.
Okay. -6.
Is that possible?
I don't know.
You don't get the sense that she's
Like, we're
saying
all just
anything that
staring
is
holy.
untrue, but Adagio, there is something. It almost feels like she's not telling you any falsehoods, but she seems a bit calm for someone who just witnessed a murder. She doesn't seem particularly like distraught about it. And maybe that could just be because
Cut
she's
out for
told
me
this
for a
story
second.
several times now. It's unclear. But you do catch that, like,
Sammy,
yeah?
you're cutting out.
Damn
I
it.
thought that was just me.
Am I back?
I think you're good now.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, we just didn't hear the first part of whenever you said she was something, but then you kept continuing, so I got what you meant.
Got it.
Okay, kept
Yeah,
going for me.
it feels like she's a bit calmer than you would expect someone after they witnessed a grisly murder. But it could be just because she has told this story several times now, and it's been several days. But it does strike you as a bit odd.
Yeah. Okay.
And did you walk in and he was already dead, or you walked in on them murdering them?
No, I walked in and he was getting his throat slit. It was...
And the person transformed into a wolf and just took the knife in his mouth and ran?
No, he, I think the person saw me enter the room and began to turn into a wolf and started to chase after me, and that's when I ran out.
So you outran this creature through the manor next door?
I guess so, yeah. I don't know if he was chasing me. I don't know.
And are you okay? I mean, did anything happen to you during the chase? You didn't trip or fall or anything, did you?
No, I've worked in that house for, I don't know, maybe 2 years. I know my way around. I didn't trip or anything like that.
Alright, well, good
You
thing
must
you got
be
out there
quite-
unscathed.
Quite fast.
Oh, I mean, I'm
Outrun
small. I
such a
can
beast.
run fairly fast.
Did you see them leave the building, or you turned the corner and they were gone?
No, I never looked back. I ran out of the house and I started yelling for help, and by the time people went into the house to check, there was no one there besides the body.
Did they find any, like, open windows, broken doors, broken locks?
I don't think so.
Could we see the scene? And I want to look over to the Lord.
The governor.
He's still here.
The governor.
Yeah,
the governor,
sorry,
yeah.
the governor.
He's like, well, you certainly can, but I don't know if it'll do you any good, as we already know the culprit. You see, we discovered that there was a werewolf in our midst, and when he was accused of the crime, he ran, as only a guilty person would. So, rest assured, there's nothing else to see, but if you want to go try to find this werewolf, we would be much obliged.
Yeah, I think starting at the scene of the crime will give us a more bigger picture on who this werewolf is and how we might find them.
let's start at the very beginning of everything. Get all the details we need to move further.
We're very detail oriented.
Of course. Well, let me
And then on a
get you
side
some.
note,
Oh yeah.
what have you guys given him a proper burial yet? The Coin Master?
It is on our to-do list. He is currently in the house, rested, but not buried.
All
Can we
right.
see the body?
I mean, I feel like we are if we're going to go to the house.
Well,
Yeah.
I suppose you can.
We're just gonna
if,
do a
if
thorough
you're
look
being
through.
thorough, of course. But let me give you guys a bit of food for just your troubles, honey. And another plate comes with another servant. And this looks more like some sort of dessert, like almost like a chocolate eclair situation. Like, for the road.
I feel like it's rude to not take one at this point, though.
Okay, I'll take
I'll
one.
take
but I'm
one
not
with
gonna
me, just not eat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys take one.
Let's take it with us.
Wrap it up in
Yeah.
a cloth.
I'll just take one.
Like for
Can
the
I-
road, thank you.
Can I inspect it and see if there's anything wrong with it once we get outside?
Sure.
We'll put up
Anything
some-
else while you're in here?
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm sorry. I swear there's like a train of thought up here. There's something happening in the background of my mind.
All I could think of was a da 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 da. That's all I can think of now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna turn back to
Is there
Ellie.
any, like,
You were the
new
only one in the house.
furniture in the house?
Oh, I don't know if I don't think I was the only one in the house. He has a whole staff of servants, but I was the only one who heard the ruckus and came looking.
It seems weird that she was the only one who heard it.
Well, you see,
Alright, Miss Ellie,
he was in the study when it happened, and my quarters share a wall with the studies, so.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair.
I say let's go head over to the Coin Master's house.
Yeah.
Seems like a good idea.
All right. So, as you guys leave, the governor says, "Oh, one more thing. If this is gonna take you more than a night to do, are you guys in need of lodging?"
yes.
That would be
Yes.
great.
Well, it would be an honor if we could host you here in our home. The heroes of Delphi are always welcome here.
Much
Wow.
appreciated.
Very much appreciated.
All right.
Freaking accent.
So you guys head out, and it's
So
literally like a 3-second walk over to the Coin Master's house. The guard escorts you into it, and you do see the front door is slightly ajar, but you open it, and it doesn't look like there's been much of a commotion in here. But there is now essentially a casket that is just sitting in this entryway in the Coin Master's home, and the guards tell you that the scene of the crime is upstairs.
Understood.
So how do you guys want to do this?
If
I
you
don't think-
could,
Where
I don't think
where
Elle
was
should be
the
with us.
Coin
Not gonna
Master
lie.
kept?
I think we should be alone.
The Coin Master's body is like right in the front foyer.
Okay, I think I just totally skipped you saying that.
Yeah.
So
Are they in here with
If
us?
you
Like
did.
the guard and
The guard is. The governor did not
Ellie?
come with you. Ellie did not come with you.
okay.
Okay.
Can we ask the guard for some privacy just because we want to be able to look at things by ourselves, concentrate, not worry about him being there kind of thing?
with no other distractions or anyone messing up the scene any further? Yeah.
Of course, just holler when you need me. And he goes and waits outside.
Thank you.
No, it's easy.
And Celestial, I just want to say, I know we're alone, but like, still sus. Well, no, I'll just here. Quick huddle. Gather everyone up. So, I think it's really, really fishy, considering I don't know what you guys think, but I think there's someone's being framed. I don't know. Just not, it's not sitting right with me.
There's a conspiracy theory here.
There's, like, why would a werewolf use a knife? That's my biggest question. Werewolves have incredibly powerful jaws, right? You know, that they're beasts.
Maybe. Okay, what if the werewolf was an assassin and only used the fact that they're a wolf to escape instead of like actually killing the person?
Well, if they really wanted to get that.
But then they would. If I murdered someone as a werewolf using my teeth or claws, then the town would know that there's a werewolf. But if I killed them with a knife,
you know, they already knew.
they didn't think it beforehand. Not before
They
the
didn't
murder.
think it until
Yeah, it's true. Maybe
Ellie
a
saw
botched
them.
assassination.
maybe.
And why would they let a witness get away? That's my.
Yeah, Ellie's
It
a little
feels like
sus.
it feels like someone's being framed.
I feel like Ellie's not telling us something.
But Ellie would also have to know that there's a werewolf in town to frame a werewolf. Unless
feel
she's
like
just talking out of her ass. I mean, she could have just made the whole thing up and just got
It
unlucky.
seemed like she was telling the truth, though.
I mean, she was kind of calm for someone who witnessed a murder
How old was
3
Ellie?
days ago. Like 20.
How old was what?
Okay.
Ellie.
Yeah, around 20.
It's just, I don't know, with Taxwin being a farmer and his son being a farmer, you know, and the coin master raising the taxes obviously is going to upset people, right? And
I
then
feel
all
like
of a
that would only
sudden he's
upset-
assassinated or killed by a werewolf when there's a family of farmers that are werewolves, but they say that they didn't do it. You know, we can kind of verify that. So if it wasn't them, why would someone go out of their way to try and...
I don't know. It seems too perfect.
We could always wake this dead guy up and
Well, why
ask
don't
him
we
a couple
just...
questions.
Yeah, why don't you cast the Speak with Dead thing and actually ask
Okay, but what questions are we gonna ask?
the coin master?
I
We've
have
got 5 questions.
I would say...
Did you see who
I
murdered
would say,
you?
who killed you? He probably saw him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless he
what
was,
did the
like, killed
dude
from
look like
behind.
who killed you?
I will
And
say,
if that doesn't work, we
so-
still have 4 questions that we
if
should
you
probably
guys are
have
going to do the
beforehand.
whole Revivify thing, then I'm just going to be, like, pacing the
We can't.
perimeter of, like... Well, not Revivify, but, like, Speak with Dead or whatever. I'm just going to be, like, pacing the perimeter and have Kai going, like, the opposite direction. You know?
Okay.
Keeping an eye out, basically.
It's pretty smart.
Okay. Let's speak with this
So,
dead person.
I would say, first off, who killed you? That doesn't work. Ask, like, if he doesn't know who killed him, then ask for a description, I guess.
Or what he felt,
Can you,
experienced
like-
before he died.
Yeah.
I think that's our best bet, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if we do get the answer out of him of, like, if he knows who killed him, I would ask something about, like, why is he raising the taxes? Are you keeping the money for yourself? Stuff like that. 'Cause
Were
my-
you corrupt? Do you deserve this proper burial or not?
Do we
Okay,
need to
heard.
salt
Yeah,
your
if we
bones like a
can-
Winchester would?
Confused.
Alright.
Okay, we go bring this man temporarily, weirdly, back to not even.
Alright. So you open
Let's
the
just
Bring the
go talk
casket.
to the
knowledge
dead
back
man.
to the surface.
You open the casket and you see in front of you the body of Coinmaster Dorai. He's a fairly muscular man. He has auburn hair that comes into like mutton chops on his cheeks, and you see a gaping wound on his neck. But you begin casting your
we-
enchantment. Yeah?
Would we like? I know she said that he was like throat slit by like a knife, but like medicine check wise or something. See if like he was actually killed by a knife.
This would be a pretty
Perception or
serious
out?
medicine check, but go ahead.
I can try it if you want me to. I have a +7.
I had a +6.
Oh my
We can
god.
both look separately. I don't know.
I feel like
I
that's one of
hope
the
this
first
roll
things
doesn't-
Anora would check and see, though, is like if that was the truth or not. So,
So go ahead.
Okay, go for it. You can roll separately. I don't know. Advantage. Please. Okay, well I rolled a 17, so +6
19 plus 7 is
23?
26.
23. Okay, well, you know what?
God damn.
It does look like a knife wound. It doesn't. It's too clean for a claw, is what you would immediately notice. And doesn't look like teeth or anything like that. It does look like it was a blade, and a very sharp one at that.
But is that what killed him?
I mean, just from looking at him without like picking up and all that, it looks like it's the only wound on his body.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you
speak
cast
with
your
that.
spell, and for a moment, the wound on the neck sort of like artificially stitches together, and you see his eyes open. He looks at you.
Coin Master, who killed you?
I don't know. From behind.
What were your last living moments like?
I was calm. And then I was dead.
Ask him if he knows of any other werewolves in town, maybe. He would possibly know. He knows everybody. He's a tax person.
I mean, you think? Did you know of any werewolves living within the town?
No werewolves in Andola's stand.
Why did he raise the taxes so much? Is my biggest question.
Why were you raising the taxes here in Andola's?
Governor's idea. Get rich.
I have a theory.
Do you have one more question?
Wait, yes. If I can think of it. Ellie, well, I really want to ask a question about Ellie, but I'm just like,
Ask him if him and the governor are on good terms.
you think so?
Yeah, ask him that.
Yeah.
What was your work relationship like with the governor? You guys like pals or whatever?
Partners in crime.
And the wound opens once again, and his head falls flat. Ryujin, make a perception check for me.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I don't like where this is going.
I can't really give you any guidance, but I believe in you.
Nice. Okay, well I rolled a natural 18, and you said
Okay.
perception?
Yeah.
So plus 1, 19.
Okay. So you and Kai are doing your perimeter around the room, just keeping watch and all that. And eventually, as this enchantment is happening, you pass. There's several doors out of this room besides the front door, and a piece of paper gets slid under one of the doors right by your feet.
Oh shit. Is it just like a folded piece of paper? Can I just read it if it's on the ground, or what is it?
It's folded. You can't. You can tell there's probably writing on it, but you'd have to open it to see.
Can I just like cautiously take out my dagger and try and like maybe unfold it or flip it with the dagger?
Sure. You do so, and you see it's a very short note. It just says, "Leave while you still can." That's where we'll pick up next week.
Where did it come from exactly?
Came from under the door. Next week you can investigate further. Thank you guys for joining
Make a
us
note.
on tonight's session. We're really getting into the meat of this mystery here. Again, as I said at the beginning of the stream, we are super, super close to Twitch affiliate status. So if you are watching us and you have not yet followed us, please, please, please follow us. If you don't have a Twitch account, make a Twitch account, follow us. It's completely free. It really helps us and our community grow. If you like us, also share about us on social media, and when the video goes up on YouTube, share the YouTube video, gather your friends, try to figure out what happened here in Andola Stand before our party does. Thank you all. Stay tuned for Thursday at 7:30 for the second episode of Threads of Fate, the second interview with one of the Hands of Fate. Thank you for joining us. I love you. And I still don't have a sign off, so signing off. Goodbye.